Madison on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It is the Friday edition. The Tausch's great adventure in Milwaukee, I think, is coming to a close.
Oh, it's coming to a close, baby. Yeah, she's a rap sheet.
Okay, I don't want to say good. Good, Jocko edition. The Joe Barry has had a hard week, and so has his family, he told us. What kind of Sunday, what kind of Christmas Eve will he have? Edition. And we're never telling this steak story, Jesse, so just give it up. Edition.
I really wanted you to tell the steak story.
Of Wilde and Tausch.
Tausch really wanted you to tell the steak story.
Really? I don't think he really
No, he's telling the steak story. It's happening, Cap.
We'll see. Edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker. Streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and everything you need on Wisconsin On Demand. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay, where we did, I wouldn't say interrogate, but we did ask a lot of questions of Joe Barry yesterday. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And I can only assume, as Big Cat and Ashton and all the crew down there in Milwaukee, who we all love, try to get him on video, that the Packers Hall of Famer is in the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. You look great in your swim shirt.
Can you see the swim shirt? I'm not wearing a swim shirt today.
No, we're using a photo of you right now, a Photoshopped you.
We're waiting for you to get on video,
Okay,
so until that happens, we got your swim shirt.
Listen, don't get after Ashy. Don't you dare get after Ashy.
I'm not getting after Ashy.
No, you're kind of.
No, not at all.
Is
I got to talk to him this
Big
morning.
Cat there today? So
No
can...
Big Cat. No, Big Cat's on. Big Cat be relaxing today, I think.
Good for him.
Yeah, he deserves it. I've seen him. He's worked at least 3 days this week, so it's all good. Good for Big Cat. Big Cat's awesome. It's been fun with the Big Cat. It's been fun down here at the Gruber Law Office's studio. I'm ready to get home, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
You sound chipper and upbeat.
Yeah, last night was the earliest of my Milwaukee sabbatical.
Okay, all right.
Family was down. We had a great little deal over at St. Kate last night. There's live music.
It's a nice hotel.
Oh, beautiful. Great little happy hour deal before the Bucks game. Yanni played. He played well. My prize picks, I'll tell you later, he played a little too well for OT.
Oh,
but,
no.
Yeah, no, it was fine. Trust me, I'm always good in that case. Did I have 5 out of 6 without Giannis? Yeah, I did. Would it have been a really nice little setup at old Giannis not gotten fouled late? Yeah, it would have been. I digress. I'll get to that later. So I am going to hear the steak story, and I want you to tell it now because if I go into my little tangent.
But first,
I
sent a text to the wrong chain.
It's that's not making the show today. The steak story
What do you mean that's not making the show? You tweeted it 20 minutes before the show.
I'm telling you, I got something better. So, Jason, I want to hear the steak story.
There's a finite list. This is so... No, we're not doing it.
What?
Because now
You are such a baby.
I'm not
Tell
a
the
baby.
steak story. No, you
Not
are
a
a
baby.
baby.
I'm not a baby. I'm one of Santa's elves that works for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
What's the difference?
It's hard to say.
They have at the Bucks game. There's this gingerbread man that walks and they can't move, like bend at all. It is a. Now my kids absolutely love especially Eleanor. They did like this little holiday deal at halftime. This gingerbread man is creepy. It is a creepy gingerbread person. I don't know if it's a man, well, whatever.
Yeah,
I
sure.
can't tell. If you looked at that gingerbread, whatever. But I digress. All right, steak story. What do we got?
This is the abbreviated version because after 3 days, it's never living up to any sort of advanced billing. So as you know, when we have a lunch with a partner, if I have the opportunity, because I live with a bunch of vegetarians, to get a steak, I'm getting it. You've made your point on that many times because we went out to lunch. I think we've only had one lunch meeting together, and I did order steak at that, and you never let me live it down. So now I'm leaning into that. I'm steering into the skid. So we're at this nice. It's part of the Milwaukee Athletic Club, so it's a really nice place. We go up, we meet David Gruber, who I love. He's waiting for us. And we get our orders in, and they have like a small petite steak. And it comes, and this is why it was germane 3 days ago and not so much now. The pieces come pre-cut. Like the woman that you met with Courtney who demanded that her dates cut her meat for her. Mine was pre-cut for me. So this would have been ideal for her. That was it. That was the story. See what I mean?
Oh.
Just wait
It
a
was
second.
it needed to be included in that moment. That's what I was trying to tell you then.
Just wait a second. So that's your story.
Well, I mean, we had other fun stories. And
What else? Something else
obviously,
must have
this
happened.
morning, randomly enough, we talked to David a lot about his basketball career for the Delaware Blue Hens. And he is like some random college athlete account posted a photo of him as a player this morning. But the point was that this woman who we were talking, what was that, Tuesday? Wednesday?
It must have been Wednesday.
You got lunch Tuesday. Tausch went to the game Tuesday night.
Right,
Yep.
and then you met this girl who required her dates to cut her meat. I got a steak, and it was pre-cut for me. That was going to be it. I don't know why Jesse keeps putting it on the rundown.
Well, Jesse, lesson learned. Don't put it on the rundown again.
That was an F,
geez.
and it wasn't an A either.
No, that wasn't even an F. That's
was
the
really
worst.
good,
It's
though.
a C. No, that's a C.
Was it a good steak?
It was
Nah.
outstanding. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was. Well, petite.
It
though.
was. But, again, it was the fact that it came pre-cut, which I'd never seen before.
Mm.
All right, let's move on.
Great.
I think it's actually funny that it bombed that badly.
All right.
Well, you
I did
you
try to warn
basically you manifested it. You could have sold it more. You could have jumped in.
No,
and said,
I really
but
couldn't. There was
Nah,
the
you
pre-cut
mailed it in.
nature of the
You
steak
mailed-
was what
Jesse.
was interesting about the story.
Jesse, he mailed it in. He didn't want to tell it. He felt like it was forced on, and he just wanted to be done with it. Is that a fair assessment?
Everything we've ever learned about storytelling, that would have been a poor example of.
Oh,
how we
yeah,
should tell a
dazzling
story.
details, all this
detail.
other stuff. Oh, they threw the steak up there and it was pre-cut.
Yeah.
I
Without
think
telling it
pre-cut's
right
a
away,
pretty
it's
important
there.
detail. When's the last time you got a steak that came to your table pre-cut?
Tomahawk, usually. If you order a tomahawk, they usually cut it.
What's a
Usually
tomahawk?
pre-cut. It's where you got the big old hammer bone on it. You bring it out. It's like a big old slab.
Hammer bone?
Yeah, it's like you carry it like a hammer.
What?
Yeah, it's a hammer bone. You
See,
know exactly
This
what I'm
actually
talking
ended
about.
up paying off pretty well because I had no idea there was something called a hammer bone.
You ever been to
Well,
one of
it's
those
only my turn.
one of those Brazilian steakhouses where you flip the card over, where it's green that means bring the meat, and then red means no thanks, don't bring the meat, and they just keep bringing you meat and cutting it fresh off the bone?
Like off of a big pole.
Yeah, it's like those
Yeah.
Brazilian steakhouses. Yeah. You put the yield sign out there.
That's
you can
right,
yield
yeah.
too, where you flip it over and then it's like, I'm not done, but I'm going to take a blow. That's kind of what that does.
Moving on.
Okay.
Who did you text that you didn't mean to text this morning?
So I come in to the office. I've been in the Milwaukee office more than Josh DiMaggio has been this week, and that's a fair statement.
Are people happy about that? Or are they
I don't
really
sense
excited
it.
to
I
see
think
you?
everybody keeps looking at me like, what are you still doing here? Why are you here?
What are you
Tausch,
doing here
what are you
still?
doing here? Yeah, so I think my time has come. They're definitely going to be ready for me to roll. I'm ready to roll, so it's a win-win for everybody.
Okay.
But I come in Wednesday. Again, I had some long nights with partners and just having a good time down here.
Mm-hmm.
I come in, and our great friend, Gina Della, has gotten a cookie bouquet for everybody in the Milwaukee office. You name them.
Oh, no.
Names on the cookies. On the cookies.
Wow.
I
So
was
it's
just there
got
on
Ashy,
Tuesday.
and it's got Scalzi. It's got baby Scalzo. It's got baby Brust. It's got the whole blanking deal. So yesterday, I guess it would have been yesterday, I come in, and I'm not hungry. I'm pretty tired. Long night. Don't want the cookie. But this morning, I thought, it'd be great.
Oh, boy.
Old T's cookie with a nice cup of mud. It can get me going before my last
pre-cut
showdown in
steak.
Milwaukee before the holidays. I go upstairs. My cookie's gone. Everybody's cookie's gone, but guess whose cookies are up there yet?
Ben
Craig
Brust's.
Parmesan's cookies up there. Our head of content, Brian D's cookies up there. Kelly, her cookies up there. It's those three. That's it. I said, and so one of our PDS teammates is sitting there saying, well, we didn't think you were coming back in, so
we ate it.
We ate it. I said, but literally,
Oh, no.
my name was on the cookie. If you want to take it after Christmas when it's stale and everything else, great. You don't take teammates' cookies that the name is on them.
No. No, you don't.
So I ended up taking Parmesan's cookie and eating it. Yeah.
That's actually
Craig-
a genius move.
That's a good story right there. That's
Yeah,
some story.
So it's sitting there, and it's
Dramatic,
just
good twist
it's
at
got
the
the
end.
nice shape. It's got the white frosting with the
Is it
blue
a
trim
window?
around it. No, I don't know. Gina should have probably done that. Had windows and doors. I think next year maybe that'll be her plan. You couldn't construe it as a window. Sure, if you wanted to, it'd be obviously a custom built window.
Okay.
So I just thought tit for tat, whatever. But I thought it was incredibly IPT by our PDS team to do that.
Do you
I thought
know?
it was incredibly IPT.
Do you know which of them ate the cookie?
No, they didn't sell out to that extent, but I do know it was that squad. It was that part of the group.
Because now what
that did it.
Craig's gonna come in and not have a cookie. He's gonna say, "Where's my cookie?" And then you can say,
Is
"Well,
that Craig's voice?
Is that your Craig?
yep." And then you can say the
Hey, where's my cookie?
Sunday Karma. Not on this week. And then you can say the PDS teammate, by eating your cookie, by the transitive property, ate Craig's cookie. And they took the big man's
No, I
cookie.
ate Craig's
Oh,
cookie.
he'll Truman up. He's Trumaning.
No, I
ate
ate Craig's
it.
cookie.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I don't have a problem. And I don't think if Craig wants to get mad about it, that's fine. I'm not mad at I just thought from an office scenario, you barely give it a day. And what do they always say? If you put something in the fridge and you don't put a name on it, it's fair game. My name
that
is literally
true?
right on it. Yeah, that's what office politics will tell you. Sure.
Oh, that's why I've never really worked in an office.
Some
So
would say you've never
was
really worked, but some would say, not everybody, just some.
Jeez.
you started out so chipper?
I'll get back
We
there.
made it
I'm
12
back there. I
minutes.
got that a little sugar rush. Now you guys are acting like I'm some old curmudgeon.
So
Evan
was-
Your
Cohen,
lifestyle
no
in Milwaukee is not sustainable. I
No,
think
I
we have
need to
learned
go.
that.
I
this
am-
morning.
Let me tell you something. I am ready to hit the old dusty trail on 94 to head home.
All right, last question on the cookie saga, which was better than the steak saga, but only marginally.
No,
What's-
definitely not marginally.
I
I would actually put your steak story up. That could have been the worst story we've ever told in 7 years on this show.
No, there's been worse. I know that for a fact.
No, not segments. No, not segments. Ballyhooed stories.
It
3-day
wasn't ballyhoo.
Jesse, it's
No
been on the
one
show
ever
sheet 3 days.
ballyhooed
No,
it in
you
my
made
head.
it out like a big deal. You
No,
sold
it was
Uh,
marginally ballyhooed.
But it was
not by
ballyhoo.
me.
No, there was ballyhoo.
You had you met someone who demands that their dates cut their meat for them, and I got a steak on the same day in which it was pre-cut.
Yeah.
That was when it was should have been.
Would have been a
told.
good
I
idea to tell the
tried
story
you.
then. Probably tell the story at that.
Right.
Yeah, tell the story at that point.
Agreeing with me.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
Shane Blackman, one of our teammates, informs me that someone ate the antler or ear off of his cookie.
Are people starving in that office? Like, what's going on?
The cookie bouquet is a beautiful gesture, and it was very wonderful. But I think, yeah, there's a lot of scavengers up there just going to wolfing down whatever they can get their hands on.
On a scale of 1 to 10, the deliciousness of the cookie was a.
Oh, it's top notch. Great cookie. Still, a day later, still moist. That's the key to a good cookie, a sugar cookie like
so
that. It's got to be moist in the middle.
That they took
no, I'm
yours.
fine. I got the one cookie that I was owed, or not owed, but I had the one cookie. I'm fine.
Got to steal someone else's to do it. Well, speaking of Gina Della, not only is she thoughtful in sending cookie bouquets on a day that I had been in the office a few days earlier, but also she's the best in the business, the GOAT, when it comes to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
She is, and Santa's coming. We're only 3 days away from Santa dropping off a bunch of beautiful presents for everybody, and Santa's been talking about a very special gift. You can unwrap now,
What is this?
but pay for a year and a half later. It's Sultry Friday on Wilde and Tausch. Let Pella replace your leaky windows and doors while you put no money down. You don't make any payments, and you don't have any interest. That's 0, 0, 0 all across the board for 18 months. Pella's elves, those beautiful little elves, they are grinding, they're working, and they will install year-round and can finish installation in as little as a day. But hurry up, this incredible deal ends on December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply. See showroom for details.
Did your cookie include a note that said enough with the little baby elf voice? Or did you just abandon that today on general
No,
principles?
I'm using more of the Santa part of it, where I'm sultralizing it, and then I might go back to the elves.
Do we think Santa sounds that way? I don't
Santa
remember
Barry
Santa
White
sounding
in
that
your
way.
world?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going off of how my mind's working on a certain day.
Good morning, Mr. Claus. Going up?
Oh, God. Wouldn't Santa be going down the chimney? Isn't that?
Up on the house
Up into
top.
the sky, up on the rooftop. Yeah. All right. No more steak stories. We need to get to the Joe Barry discussion. Joe Barry spoke at length yesterday. We asked lots of questions. We want to get Tausch's feedback. If you haven't heard some of the clips from him, I really thought he sounded resigned and beaten down. You can judge. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, wishing you happy holidays that are merry and bright from the great team at Everlight Solar. 'Tis the season to take back control over your energy bill by making the switch to solar. My family and I, we trusted the team at Everlight Solar to help us make the switch. And from the very beginning, the awesome Everlight team helped educate us on all the benefits of switching to solar. As they explained things along the way, the process was super easy. Make it your resolution this year to make the switch to solar energy. Join our family in creating a greener environment for ourselves and for our community. Save money and help save the planet by making the switch to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com. And happy holidays from the entire team at Everlight Solar.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
The standards have been set, and quarterbacks that have been here before us, and you're trying to continue to raise your game until you get to that bar.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
You're going to evolve throughout the course of the season. It's always the fine line of what's too much.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
With 3 games left on the 2023 schedule, the Packers have 3 chances to mount a final playoff push. Going into the weekend with an 18% chance to make the postseason, quarterback Jordan Love knows there's no margin for error anymore for his team.
Yeah, I mean, we got to win. We got 3 opportunities to go out there and get a win. The goal right now is to get to 9-8, and then obviously let the playoffs kind of play themselves out and see if we can get a shot in there. But yeah, I mean, obviously bouncing back after 2 tough losses, we just got to find a way to go win these last 3.
The Packers visit the 2-12 Carolina Panthers on Sunday. Kickoff from Bank of America Stadium is at noon.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Dreamt of their perfect event. Those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Now we all are on holiday. Now we're all ready to celebrate. Having a ball, we can't hardly wait. Happy Christmas, everybody. And to all a good night. Fa la la la. And to all a good night. Fa la.
A tweet from our most valuable tweeter, our buddy Matt Coonan. After the Packers season ends, by the way, we'll start putting together our nominees for the inaugural class of the Wilde and Tausch Fan Hall of Fame. But his tweet is, Jesse's Craig voice sounds a lot like Jason's Jackson Chief parrot voice.
7 and 11 coming up next.
Yeah, that's I think that's pretty fair.
Speaking of how voices sounded, Jana in Pittsburgh. Jason, take note of how Tausch tells his anecdotes. He is fully committed to it being an interesting story. If anyone poo-poos it, double down and insist it's remarkable. I'm still saying that that's not true. All right, well, Joe Barry was not fired on Monday. I would have fired him, and I don't say that willy-nilly, but I read what you guys write, I hear what you guys say, was one of the quotes yesterday. So I could check with him and ask him. I heard you say that you would have fired me if you were Matt. But he did talk at length yesterday. We had him for about 19 minutes with a myriad of questions, and we talked a lot about his job status. What I thought was more noteworthy than anything he actually said, Tausch, was his demeanor, his affect. He sounded like a beaten down man.
Yeah, like a beaten man. Yep.
Here is Joe Barry yesterday with us during Coach Access Thursday afternoon.
So when you were in Tampa, the Tampa 2 was like the dominant scheme, right? You guys really had that humming. Yeah. And other teams copied it, and then it gave Favre fits while he was here. And then teams started to kind of figure out, we can run against it, we can do this, and then the next thing comes along, right?
Yeah.
What you and
We've
fans
talked about that before. I mean,
right.
it goes in. I mean, offenses, defenses. There's the trendy thing,
right. And you obviously have the things that you believe in, but you also have been malleable enough to say, okay, I used to be a Tampa 2 guy, and now this kind of Vic Fangio style. Is it possible? We're seeing Flores blitzing the heck out of teams, and Wink Martindale and all these other guys. Is it possible that we're kind of on another swing on this system, and it's not just you, because Brandon Staley's defense has had its troubles. Vic Fangio's has.
Yeah.
Is it possible that maybe there needs to be another kind of evolution again? Do you understand what I'm kind of
Absolutely
getting
do.
at?
Yeah, you know, I think there's, but that's our game. That's football. You know, 20 years ago, you know, teams would be in 21 personnel 40 times a game and be in I-Pro or I-Slot. You know, and I guess the word is, you know, football evolves. Offensive football evolves. Defensive football evolves. You know, I still think that it comes down to playing hard and playing fast and getting off blocks and tackling whatever system you believe in, whatever system you deploy, whatever coverage principles you decide to use.
Can you evolve in this, like, you know, when people get frustrated with you and you're the one who has to, like you said, your family feels it, et cetera. Just wondering what's realistic to evolve as things are kind of shifting under your feet. Is that something you can't do it in the middle of the season? You have what you believe in.
Yeah.
But is that something that if you're here next year, you're able to say, okay, we need to do some things differently and change some of our core based tenets that we're following because of the way the league is going?
Absolutely, you know, and I do think that is, again, with that word, you know, evolving. I think because football, our game is offenses are constantly evolving, so you better keep up with that. Now the thing is, I can't remember who asked, but I do think that's the thing that's hard is, you know, almost at the end of the season to be able to wholesale change. That's where I think it's difficult. But you know, there's pros and cons to every system. There's pros and cons to every, you know, to every call. But yeah, to go back, and your ultimate question is, I think you better always be evolving and stay a step ahead. Because this game is always, you know, especially from an offensive standpoint, it's always changing, so you better keep up with it.
All right, so that was a question that I asked later in the press conference. That wasn't what I was thinking of in my head. But
Jason, I'm going to tell you this, though. I don't want to get you mad.
Oh, here we go.
That question, not a ton of empathy in that question from Jason. Am I accurate? And there's two things. And what I mean by that, Jason, of not having any empathy in there,
you said to care about his feelings.
If you're back next year, was one, and then the other one was right before that. You said it was something about the struggles. You basically
it's been hard for your family.
Oh yeah. Oh, and it's been hard for your family. Whatever. It's been really tough on your family. But you kind of said whatever. Whatever. And then if you're back next year, empathetic Wilde not in play with the Joe Barry presser. Is that fair?
So I thought, so here's my thing. I know that this is not a popular take, but if they win their final three and play well on defense against three not very good offenses, and then they make the playoffs, and they play Philly or they play Detroit, and that defense finds a way to rise to the occasion. I'm not saying they win the playoff game, but if they don't play like Garbanzo defensively, if they don't play Philly and they don't rack up 363 rushing yards like they did last season, I am still not convinced that he will definitely be out after the season. I'm not, because I don't think their defense, if you look at the body of work for the entire season, has been that crappy. I'm not convinced of that. And so what I wanted to do there, and again, there's a clip where he talks about how it's been hard for his family and how he reads what we write and everything else. What I was asking there, frankly, was setting the table for what if he doesn't get fired? Is he going to adapt? And we've talked about it on this show.
What do you think he's going to say? No? I'm not going to adapt?
I not if, but how is he going to adapt? Because I do believe, just like you faced the Tampa 2 as a player, and no one talks about, when's the last time, other than on this show, comparing this to the Tampa 2's dissolution, when's the last time anybody talked about the Tampa 2?
Been a while.
Right? And Vic Fangio's defense isn't very good in Miami, right?
I don't think so, yeah.
And Brandon Staley's defense is not very good in L.A. Now, Ejiro Evero, who is the defensive coordinator for Carolina, who runs a similar scheme and who was a interviewee for this job that Joe Barry got, their defense is playing pretty well. It's one of the few things that are going well in Carolina. I think that's a guy that could replace Joe Barry, because who knows what's going to happen with their staff in Carolina. They've got an interim head coach. My point is that even though the citizens are at the gates about him and want him gone, I'm still not convinced that he will be gone. So, yes, the phraseology of if you're back next year was probably not ideal. I will give you that. But if you're going to be realistic about this defense, there needs to be some schematic changes. How many people complain about how far their corners play off? Led by Matt LaFleur himself. That can't be the case.
Yeah, Jason, Joe Barry's not going to be back next year.
You say that with no doubt, huh? With 3 games left.
Regardless, I think even if they make the playoffs, unless they win the Super Bowl, he's not coming back.
Okay.
You
take that to the bank?
You heard it in Joe Barry's voice. You hear it in everything Matt LaFleur's saying. I think he understands that even he likes Joe Barry. He's a good guy. He knows that things need to change, and you can't continue to do the same thing over and over and expect things to change. So, yeah, and I think Joe knows that, and I think that's part of the resignation that you hear in his voice, because it was tough. It was a tough listen yesterday.
So is that a function of player dissatisfaction, or is that a function of Matt LaFleur's dissatisfaction?
It's Matt LaFleur's dissatisfaction. Obviously, the player's dissatisfaction plays into it as well, but this is I think it's a combination of things, and it's also sometimes perception, and it's not that the fans are doing it either, but I think the fact that there's enough stuff out there, it's been 3 years, you kind of sense like this is as good as it's going to get, is where we saw the middle of this season, where it wasn't great, but it was good. I think Matt LaFleur is looking at it and saying, we just need to be better. And I think it's going to be a new face leading that group. And by the way, Joe Barry's, what he was saying, Tampa Bay with their group could have run whatever defense they wanted. You had Pro Bowl, all-pro people at all these levels. If you had that talent, Baltimore Ravens in their heyday, they weren't doing exotic blitzes and all this other stuff. Rex Ryan, when he was there as the line coach, whatever position he had, that wasn't a system of all skill. It was I got a ton of great players that play their tail off and demand everybody else to do the same. Ray Lewis demanded that Suggs did this, and Suggs demanded, and Ed Reed. Mm-hmm. We don't have that either. So the system is always important, but give me the players all day. And I think the frustrating part is 8 first-round picks. Why is it not working? Someone needs to grab hold of this group. We need a Ray Lewis. We need someone to take ownership and demand more. And a lot of times that will come from the coach. It will empower a player, and then that player rolls with it. And until you get there, you're going to see a middling group. I don't care if you bring back Bill Parcells or Bill Belichick. You can scheme all you want, and it'll get you somewhere. But what Joe Barry's saying is getting off of blocks and making tackles and doing all that. That's what this is all about. I don't care what scheme you're in.
So you asked at the beginning of the week, is it Joe Barry or is it the players? And we hear the first-round pick thing over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. But you know this as well as anyone. Once you get in the league, yes, you're right. If you're a first-round pick, you have to continually prove that you don't belong in the league. If you're a seventh-round pick, you have to continually prove that you do.
What a great quote.
Yeah, it's one of your best. But is it just possible? Yeah, I know. I was just giving you credit. Is it just possible that both are bad? There aren't that many good players. You just talked about Baltimore and Tampa Bay. if those players, those first-round picks were really that good, they would be greater difference makers no matter how crappy the scheme is.
It's hard for me to tell you that the talent has matched up with what the production is. So at some point, you are who you are. Your team is who you are. And I still believe there's a lot of talent on this defense. I would like to see everybody be out there healthy at the same time. That isn't going to happen this year, it doesn't look like. And that's where, when it's not happening, it's a lot easier just to move on from a coordinator than to move on from six players.
We need to get to the green and gold game preview. So you would take it to the bank that Joe Barry will not be the defensive coordinator in 2024?
Yeah, he's not going to be the defensive coordinator. Sans, I'll say sans an NFC Championship game appearance.
Okay.
He's gone.
Well, I don't expect their
and even
defense
then,
to be dominant.
And even then, I think he's probably gone.
Wow. Okay. We'll see. But I can tell you this, if you are taking it to the bank, take it to Associated Bank, especially if you're a Packers fan. There's no better place to be. They've got the best customer service in the industry. They've got the awards to prove it. And if you're a Packers fan, you can get your Packers debit MasterCard. You get your 10% off the Packers Pro Shop in-store and online, and all kinds of other great perks that come with being a Packers checking check holder. So check them out online, AssociatedBank.com/Packers, to find out more. The green and gold game previews next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, Tito's Handmade Vodka is there on game day for every fan. Find cocktail recipes at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Ho, 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 I need new windows.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So where do I go? Ho,
Come on,
ho.
Santa. Go to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months.
Pella now, pay later. Ho,
That's
ho.
right, Santa. Plus, our elves install year-round and in as little as 1 day. Offer ends December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See show for details.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number two, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number three, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number four, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Whether you're an artist playing accountant, a barista trying to be a bean counter, or a student just looking to get started, the UW Credit Union app lets you be free to be you, with free credit scores, free online bill pay, and the ability to send money to friends. Because with fewer fees, you can do more of what you love. UW Credit Union, here for every you. Join today at uwcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Getting a new computer is both fun and terrifying for many people. Madison Computer Works makes moving to a new computer easy. We help protect it from malware and scammers. We move your data and reinstall programs. Our computer care plan lets our friendly techs assist you remotely once you bring it home. Already bought a new computer? Try building one from parts you ordered online. You have better things to do with your time than set up or fix your computer. We'll get everything working right. Call the pros at 608-231-8000 and make your computer problems disappear. Madison Computer Works. Computers that work for you.
Mark Tosher here for Chalmers Jewelers. Well, it's always a good time to get that special someone in your life a beautiful gift. And when I'm in need of a new piece of jewelry, Chalmers Jewelers is my go-to place. Whether I want a timeless classic or a one-of-a-kind piece, Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison has just what I'm looking for. My life has been made so much easier thanks to the great team over at Chalmers Jewelers, and is the reason I keep going back for more. Visit chalmersjewelers.com to find your perfect new piece of jewelry today.
Dash the Dane. That's right, Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company has expanded their delivery offerings with DoorDash. New customers get $5 off your first order of $25 or more. And don't forget, Dash Pass subscribers always receive free delivery. Order delivery today at GreatDanePub.com or on the DoorDash app and get food delivered from the Great Dane closest to you. Downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen, UW-Madison class of 2002. Join me, Michelle Smallman, and Super Bowl champion Chris Canty every weekday morning from 5 to 9, right here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand on Wisconsin.
This fire is nice, but so are your eyes. They twinkle when you smile.
Crafting a poll question at Tausch's behest from yesterday. Saw you tweeted this now, but you're not tweeting about. You tweeted about the text message thing. You're not going to talk about that one. That'd have been better.
We
than
got
the steak
Packer
story,
preview,
too.
baby. There's all kinds of great stuff coming. Your headline, which I think is going to blow people's minds.
I would appreciate it if you didn't go there today.
Which part?
About why I don't have my headline ready.
We've got some bonus headlines, though.
Just wait a second.
We got Jason covered. Jason can claim one of many alternate headlines as his own today.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, what does a good teammate do when someone's got stuff going on? They pick up the slack.
Oh, you've got multiple
Old
headlines?
Tea and Jelly, we got you covered this week.
I appreciate that. I've got the poll question covered. It'll be posted momentarily. In the interim, time now for the Green and Gold game preview.
Let's take a closer look at this week's matchup. This is the Green and Gold game preview.
Christmas Eve matinee in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, where the Green Bay Packers have not
There's
won.
another city. What's the other?
Cincinnati. We do this. We do this every time we go to Cincinnati and Charlotte.
Yeah, but it's because it's dumb.
They're both the Queen City.
We can't come up with one. One of you guys. Why don't we play a game for the rights to call it the Queen City, and then the other team has to come up with something different? Are we that uncreative? We have to go First Street, Second Street, Southwest. Let's get some creativity. Let's get creativity back in this country. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of like that they're both the Queen City.
I know. You're
They're
just
both,
such a contrarian.
I think you would admire it because both Cincinnati and Charlotte are kind of like Old Tea, where they're not going to go down without a good debate about why they shouldn't be the Queen City. They're both going to claim they're the Queen City.
Are they in commonwealths?
No.
I don't think
Neither
so.
are.
No. Anyway, Packers, Panthers. Green Bay has not won a game at Carolina since 2011. So we got that going on. What's the big storyline, Old T, heading into Sunday's game?
It's really, can this defense bounce back? We've kind of talked about all of the other stuff, but it's been Joe Barry's show. It's been how did we allow Baker? The last two quarterbacks have been the air players of the week. Is this defense, which is playing against an offense that's been pretty anemic all year? Do your job. Shut these guys down. Find a way to win it that way and move on with your life. This all comes down to me. How many Carolina Panthers offensive players can you name? Bryce Young. Somebody else help me.
Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba.
Okay.
Chuba.
Mingo.
You don't even know his first name. So the point is, this should be one of those games. Python. Cobra. suffocate. Don't give him anything. And that's what it needs to be, I think. And Green Bay's defense needs a game like that.
By the way, Adam Thielen is there, and I think he's starting for that Rashad Mendenhall all-black, all-white team that he created all this debate on social media. Adam Thielen. So he's one of our go-to guys in Carolina. I agree that the Packers defense is the storyline, but since Tausch took that low-hanging fruit, I'm going to put it in a different location, and that is I want to see Jordan Love have a really, really dominant game again. Like, he had some really, really good games, right? I mean, he was outstanding on Thanksgiving. He was really, really good against the Chiefs. He, by his own admission, has not been as consistent in the last two games. He's admitted that his footwork's been a little bit off. I want to see him throwing the pill around and being really effective. Next
up in the Green and Gold game preview, besides quarterback Jordan Love, which player on the Green Bay Packers is most important for the Packers to have success on Sunday and keep their playoff hopes alive, Old T?
The offensive tackles. Burnsy, one guy that you actually know. The Panthers had an opportunity to trade him for 2 firsts. They didn't. And old Burnsy, not to mistake my buddy Burnsy with the Bucs game, he's a game wrecker. And Zach Tom, Rasheed Walker, Yash, whoever's going to be out there, I think if you control him, don't let him make a few big plays, turnover, straps, sack strip, all of that stuff, I think you're going to have no problem moving the football. And that's, to me, going to be the key to the game.
Statistically, the Carolina Panthers are pretty good defensively. I'm going to go the other direction again, though. Rashawn Gary has had some really good moments this season. Has he been elite?
No.
This is another opportunity.
He's got a couple of stracks, though. I want to put that into the record. Strack. I accidentally slipped into it. I want stracks to be
and what is that?
A statistic.
Strip sack?
A strip sack, yeah. Strack it. Give me a strack, Rashawn. Preston, give me a strack.
Weren't you doing, and maybe Matt Coonan was involved too, weren't you coming up with a new word for sacks a few months ago?
Am I we tried that correctly? Didn't seem to stick, so we're going to move on.
Okay.
Strack. I want at least one Strack. We got one last week. Kingsley got one.
He did.
Let's get another one. Strack City, USA.
Even though they are coached by the great James Campen, friend of show, mentor of Tausch, and many other great offensive linemen in Packers history, longest tenured Packers assistant coach in the franchise's existence. Even though he's a great coach, they are not a great offensive line. I want to see some domination from that defensive front. All those defensive linemen, including the outside linebackers, getting after Bryce Young.
Last up in the Green and Gold game preview, the Packers go on the road, keep their playoff chances alive, and beat the 2-12 Carolina Panthers if what?
You got to win the Strack battle.
Okay.
Got to win the Strack because I'm worried about Burnsy getting a Strack. I'm worried that there are going to be some game-changing plays Strack City from them, and if they don't, but isn't this going to be one of those games where you think coming in you're going to Cobraize them, you're going to constrict them, you're going to suffocate them, and they go for 200 rushing? Like, this feels like a Pittsburgh Steeler game to me. You know, offensively not very good. Pittsburgh wasn't very good. Pittsburgh ran it down our throat. That's what this is going to come down to. Line of scrimmage always dictates it, and I'm going to put Strack in there because I'm pushing it, but it's going to come down to who rushes the football better. Green Bay has not run the football very well. I don't know where they rank statistically on offense. Defensively, I know they're putrid stopping the run. And this just feels like one of those games I think that Campy knows they're not going to hold up against the Rashawn Garys, the Kenny Clarks. So they are going to get creative and try to find different ways to RPO and run the football and not put their quarterback in harm's way a ton of times. And can Green Bay hold up? I don't know. They have not done a great job of that this year. We'll see if they can Sunday.
The Green Bay Packers are 30th in the NFL in rush defense.
Oh, God.
They are 20th in rush offense.
Not
Not
great,
very
Bob.
good either.
Wasn't that supposed to be the strength of this team when we got together in August?
Yeah, it was exactly. Defense in the run game, play action off of it.
Why is our run game been? I know Aaron Jones missing, but why is our run game so bad?
I think that's the number one reason, don't you think? Like,
Aaron Jones came out like a rocket last week and then fizzled.
I don't think that was all Aaron Jones's fault. I think Matt LaFleur wasn't sure how much to put on his plate. And this week they are talking like they are taking the governor off of him. And he's going to go. So I would anticipate them running the ball a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. I still don't believe A.J. Dillon will play. Not buying that, personally. But we'll have to wait and see. Look, this is, in my opinion, the Jordan Love bounce-back game. I think he's going to play fantastic against a good defense. I think this is going to...
He didn't stink last week.
No, he didn't stink last week, but they have been bad in the red zone. And again, he holds him. This is one of the reasons I like him. I don't know if you've heard.
You do? Oh, I didn't hear that.
But he really does. He's got this never quite satisfied. Like, isn't there a song in Never Satisfied?
He's not satiated?
Yeah, he's never satisfied. Like and what I thought was interesting was yesterday Steno did the same thing that I did when he was talking about the Giants game. He was going back and, well, hey, he went in and, we got points at the end. Or Tom Clements did the same thing, right? They took the lead. And Jordan Love's not interested in that narrative at all. I think he wants to put together a really all-encompassing performance. And I think that's coming. I think that's going to be on Christmas Eve.
Go do it.
I like him. All right, that's it for the green and gold game preview. There are a few other things that we heard from Joe Barry yesterday that I want to get to, so we'll get to those coming up after Tausch tells us about his love of Coors Light. Although he didn't love it as much last night as he did
had
the previous
a good night last night. Had one Coors Light, and it was beautiful. It was brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it was cold packaged. So it was actually made to chill. And you know I love chill, and I love it when those cold-activated bottles and cans are blue. That's when I know it's chilled to perfection. That's why it is Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, a Golden, Colorado.
We'll hear from Joe Barry next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here, wishing you a happy holiday season from the great team at Hallman Lindsay Paints. Stick around for Feelgood Friday on Wilde and Tausch, heading into the holiday weekend, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. If finishing or starting a new paint project is one of your resolutions for the new year, then I recommend you do what my family did and trust the pro painters at Hallman Lindsay. All you need to do, stop into any of Hallman Lindsay's Madison area locations, ask to get in touch with a pro painter, and the experienced team will work with you to find the perfect pro for what your project calls for. After all, Wisconsin's best painters use Wisconsin's best paint. And don't forget, there's only one paint in Wisconsin made for Wisconsin's weather, and that's Hallman Lindsay Paint. Happy holidays from Hallman Lindsay. Great paint, great people. And stay tuned to enjoy Feelgood Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Wisconsin safety Hunter Wohler announced Thursday that he will be returning for his senior season in 2024. The former Wisconsin Gatorade Football Player of the Year at Muskego High School has been a standout in the defensive backfield for the Badgers in his 3 years. In 2023, Wohler led the way for the Wisconsin defense with 113 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 1 sack. Wohler was also a third-team All-Big Ten football team selection by the Big Ten coaches and will play in the ReliaQuest Bowl on New Year's Day.
Unwrap your gift now, but pay later. Right now at Pella, put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find, and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Catch Disco Fever this New Year's Eve with Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and our Disco Eve celebration. We have promotions going all day and night on Sunday, December 31st with plenty of ways to win. Like our Pick a Prize promotion with 18 cash prize winners in the afternoon, plus a $24,000 grand prize awarded at 7 p.m. And be here for our hot ticket drawings with 14 different $1,000 winners selected between 7:30 p.m. and just past midnight. Get your New Year's Eve groove on at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Tito's handmade vodka is so good and smooth, you can mix it with anything. Now, here's out. If your usual brunch cocktail sounds like a Tito's Bloody Mary stacked with garnishes is more like Tito's. Sounds pretty good. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin sports. Catch up on anything you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. Brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, shop local. Part of the Madison community since 1973.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Rain, snowing and blowing a bushels of fun. Now the jingle.
All right, Jesse's got the early clip.
The one you
yesterday.
wanted. Yeah, the one you wanted, not the one Jesse just randomly picked.
I mean, it wasn't random. It was 3 minutes of a back and forth between Wilde and Joe Barry at yesterday's press conference.
Very unempathetic. Around the holidays, not
what I've
very
heard.
empathethetic from Wilde.
Well, some might
Hey,
say
so when
that-
you get fired, what will that mean?
He said, if you're back next year.
Yeah. How would Wilde like it if he's like, if you are still working? How would Jason like that if somebody had that?
Well,
kind of
I don't think I've, to my
you?
knowledge, I don't think I've done anything that has raised questions about my status recently.
Okay.
Whereas the defense obviously had the Tampa Bay game that, as Joe is well aware, has raised questions about his job status. So, you're right. It was. By the way, I'm not disputing it.
Yeah, no, I know you're not.
Not
And
great.
normally you'd be all up in arms when I'd say something like that. I was a little nervous when I brought it to you, actually.
No, I knew.
But you might get
I
all-
regretted it immediately.
Did you really?
I did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I am.
You don't seem to be all that shook up by it. And that was my point this week, because I understand everybody's frustration with it, but it's just, we just treat it like it's blanket, part of the deal. There are emotions, and that's where I'm always a little bit leery when I can't remember who called in and said, "Are you firing him?" And I'm like, it's not good enough. What's happening is not good enough. And I'm always queasy mid-season, but then somebody again came back to me and said, "You don't have any problem when players get cut?" And that's when I said, "Yeah, you're right. Fire him." Yeah.
By the way, Josh DiMaggio, who is not working but tuning into the show. Thank you, Josh, for your service.
Big cat. That a baby big cat.
He sent us a poll that someone else did, and I think we should steal it.
Oh, is it a better poll than the one I threw out?
It's a better poll.
Oh, well, we're not afraid to steal.
Would you rather the Packers?
Just wait. I did this poll at Green Bay game night.
Okay, well, I wasn't listening at the time. Would you rather the Packers lose out and fire Joe Barry?
Yeah, this is
or
my poll.
Win out, make the playoffs, and keep Joe Barry?
Yeah, this is literally my poll.
So
I like that one too.
How did it turn out?
I don't know. Nobody followed up.
Well, so wait, did it ever actually get posted?
I don't know that either. I just put out requests. I don't want to be Johnny Demander. I've demanded.
But you are. But.
I believe it was on Green Bay game night. We did poll it last. Was it Sunday? I believe we did.
Well, I don't want to demand things of Josh, who's off today. But Josh, find the poll that they did on Green Bay game night.
That's on Big Cat. If he really wanted to be alone, he would have just left it alone.
Right.
So it's
exactly.
on Big Cat.
All right. I just before we get to the 10 o'clock hour, I do want to play this clip because I think there are a number of people who have taken issue with him bringing up his family in this clip. And I'd be curious what Tausch thinks. So here is Joe Barry yesterday.
Losing sucks. I mean, always. But this week particular was hard. It was hard on me, hard on my family. But, you know, this is the National Football League. This is what you sign up for. I have to be better for our guys completely. And I put that on me all the time. Anytime we don't go play well, you know, it's on me.
What do you think of him mentioning that it's been difficult? Because again, in real time, I didn't have a problem with it as I was sitting in the room. And then I've had a few people say, oh, is he searching for sympathy, etc. I wasn't bothered by it. Should I have been?
No. And I saw Blue, and usually Blue and I are on the same page on a lot of stuff. We see things very similarly. I don't have a problem at all because it's real. That's real. You could tell. You know, you said he was beaten down a little bit. It sucks. You don't play well, and people are, and your mail person's like, hey, why don't you get a little wider on your set? Why don't you get down? And when you have people giving you advice and you're getting crushed, that's hard, and it's harder on your family than it is on you. You've been through it. Joe Barry's he's been through it. Lord knows he had enough bad defenses. People have criticized him in Detroit, in L.A., and now in Green Bay. They criticize him all over the place. But his family, his kids. He goes to school, and your kid, your kids' friends are saying, "God, the Packers D sucks. Why don't your old man do something about it?" That's the stuff that stings. And what you don't want him bringing that's part of his life. I don't have a problem with it at all. Now, if you bring the kids up to the presser and they're all getting emotional, and Wilde's asking that question, and then the daughter or son goes, "Daddy, are you not going to be working here next year?" I'd have a problem with that.
Right.
But I don't have a problem with him bringing up his real life and how tough this week has been. You guys asked him the question, and he went that road. I don't have a problem at all with it. Didn't make me, and I saw Blue say it made him feel icky.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah,
I didn't have a problem at all with it. I've always said this, and Mike Sherman was the best at this. Make it when things are tough, let people know that you're hurting and that you can rally around those people. If you just act like you're a robot and doing it, nothing's going to change. So open up and do it. I thought that was human. I didn't mind it one bit. Yep. And I hope that the players on that defense rally around that and see how much it's hurting and where he's at, because that's the most powerful. Emotions are powerful. Go use it.
You are right once again.
Daddy, why is Jason Wilde saying we're not going to be working here next year? I don't know how old Joe's kids are, but
I think they're slightly older than the Pella elves. Would you rather lose out and have Joe Barry get fired, or win out and make the playoffs, but Joe Barry remains the defensive coordinator? It was polled at 4:21 p.m. on Sunday, the 17th of December. It got 1,445 votes.
Without a Wilde retweet, right?
Yeah, I had no idea this was polled.
That's a powerful poll.
Yeah. Lose out, Joe Barry gone. 84%.
Why is Big Cat sending it from someone else when when we sent it from our own account 6 days ago?
You're going to have to take that up with him.
Big Cat,
He's
what
off
are you doing, Big Cat?
Jesse, thanks for finding the correct poll. Good work.
You're welcome, Mr. Wilde.
16% win out Keepberry.
Isn't that a crazy stat?
Yeah, I would think the benefits of winning out and your young team making the playoffs and the excitement and the momentum and all the great things that come with it, that speaks to how much people don't want Joe Barry as the defensive coordinator anymore. I mean, because that is illogical. You would rather your favorite football team lose out, finish the season on a 5-game losing streak than win their last 3 and make the playoffs. Playoffs?
Seems kind of absurd.
Yeah. I would disagree vehemently with that position, but what do I know? What I do know is that you love AmFam, and AmFam loves the Badgers, and they've got some cool stuff going on.
Indeed they do. They want to give you and a friend a VIP experience at a Badger basketball game this season. You and a friend receive pre-game courtside passes, tour of the facility, tons of beautiful Badgers merch to support those same Wisconsin Badgers. Enter today at amfam.com/Badgers. No purchase is necessary. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
The 10 o'clock hour, very tardy, my apologies, starts in 2 minutes. And it will include the prize picks for the weekend, some Wilde and Tausch trivia, our Steinhoffel sleepers of the week, and lots of holiday music. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Hey, this is Craig Karmas, and join Kyle Wallace and me every Sunday morning for Sunday Karma on a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison, and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers on Christmas Eve Sunday in Charlotte. Noon kickoff, televised nationally on Fox. Packers listed as 4.5-point favorites, according to ESPN Bet. Packers haven't won a game on the road against the Carolina Panthers since 2011. Packers at 6-8, a game back of several teams on the outside looking in at the NFC playoff picture. Plenty to get you set for Sunday's game, continuing all day right here on 100.5 ESPN, including with more Wilde and Tausch coming up next. Remember, before the game on Sunday, Green Bay Game Day, 9 a.m. to noon, gets you set right here on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand. ESPN Packers reporter Rob Domofsky with plenty more as well at ESPNWisconsin.com. NBA, the Bucks winners last night over the Orlando Magic at Fiserv Forum, 118-114. The Bucks go a perfect 6-0 on their 6-game homestand. Back on the road Saturday afternoon. Bucks at Knicks tomorrow at 11:30.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now, and it begins, and I was told by you, Mr. Packers Hall of Famer, that you were Mr. Prize Picks three guy.
Yeah,
Trey.
I got greedy. I got aggressive.
And you were on the cusp of hitting on a sixer.
Yeah.
What happened during the Bucks game last night, and why are you not more downtrodden?
Because the Bucks won, and because Giannis played. I bought into the hysteria of a report I heard on WTMJ's Wisconsin's Morning News that he was questionable. It freaked me out. I came into the show freaked out. I thought, oh, he's not playing. The kids are coming. I'm irritated. I don't know how many more Bucks games we're going to get down to. And so I just thought he was pretty banged up. Now, Giannis a warrior. So I'm at the game last night with some friends. Obviously, the family. I wasn't going to tell the kids about all that. But I thought Giannis, 32 points. That's a lot of points. Giannis scores, I think, 14 of the first 16. Everybody's looking at me like, you got no chance. I end up going 5 of 6 last night.
Ooh.
Everything hits. I went Brolo with more. He gets a couple free throws. He hits. Franz Wagner, the Orlando Magic forward.
Of course he
He
picked
blows
Franz.
his out the water. 28.5 points, rebounds, assists. He ends up with 41-piece nuggets.
He's
no
here to
problem.
pump you up.
Big game. Chris Middleton, I went last because I just don't know how many minutes he was going to play. A couple of days later, all that other stuff.
You got a take on Middleton you want to share with us here?
No, not yet. I'm not quite ready to go there. 24.5 less, no problem. 21, never a sweat. Then it comes down to my boy Yanni. Yanni is stuck at 30 forever. And I'm looking at it like, oh, baby, a 6-piece nug with that big, big payout. Oh, baby. And he gets an alley-oop dunk that he misses with about 3 minutes left. I'm like, maybe something magical
The
is happening.
basketball gods are shining on you.
And if we're playing a veteran team, I think I hit last night. But we're playing the scrappy upstart, we don't give in at all, Orlando Magic.
Oh, no.
They start fouling. There's a minute and 40 seconds left, and they're fouling. Yanni gets one, so he gets it to 32. I would have taken the push because then, old T, you still get it. You don't get the same big whatever it is, but you still get it. They're fouling down 6 with 40 seconds left.
Scrappy.
Very normal thing to do.
No, watch most teams, they don't.
6
But the Orlando
points with
Magic,
40 seconds left. It's
Orlando Magic, you try to get a stop, then go down and get a 3. Then if you make it, you do it. If you don't, you shake hands and you get on your business. Yanni ends up getting about 15 free throws in the last minute. He only made 4 or 5 of them. He ends up with a 37-piece nuggie. Old T ends up with a big fat L. That's all part of the beauty of Prize Pick Daily Fantasy Sports. Made easy. I had fun with it. I just gave you a whole litany of things I did last night. I wasn't competing against Jesse or anybody else, just Prize Picks, and I had a beat. But the Orlando Magic got me, and I'm a little irritated about it, but a good win again for the Bucks. Download the Prize Picks app. Go to prizepicks.com. Use that promo code WI for a 100% match. 100 in, 100 up. Still some fun little trinkets before the holiday season ends that Jesse's got a little bit better dial in on.
12 days of Pixmas.
Yeah, the 12 days of Pixmas, which is a ton of fun. Again, use that promo code WI to get started today.
Maybe if you wouldn't have called him Yanni, he wouldn't have got your more.
What a warrior he is, though. I mean, just a grinder, fought and scrapped. But literally, I'm talking to a couple of our friends, partners here, and I told them kind of my thought process. And after about 5 minutes in, Yanni's got every point the Bucks got but 1 3-pointer. Every point.
Yeah.
That's when I thought
You didn't learn any comeuppance on not calling him Yanni. That's not part of what could have possibly happened.
No, I think the great Jimmy Paschke was calling him Yanni, and I always thought that was really cool, so I'm going to steal that from Pash.
Jesse, do we have time to do any Prize Picks for the weekend?
Sure. Why not? Let's zoom through
Just
them.
play
The other one I went, Cade Cunningham. I really felt like the Pistons were going to blow out Utah last night, get their third win.
You're bordering
And
on
Cade-
telling us about your fantasy team, Tao.
Cade
Tread
blows it out the
carefully.
water last night. 5 out of 6, Jesse. Those are the painful ones.
That is the painful one. You're right. Maybe you'll be right this weekend.
And I was going to go Nakua with more on Tutters last night. Knew that was going to happen.
More Puka, less Yanni.
Goblins and all kinds of stuff brewing yesterday. Angels. Yeah, it's a Prize Picks deal.
Goblins.
Jesse knows.
They have pythons? Cobras?
No, they got a little.
All right, let's move on.
suffocator.
I agree. This is starting to get fantasy-esque, but I think everybody wanted to hear how close I was to the elusive six-piece nuggie. That doesn't happen often. An old T doesn't even play six
The Yanni
pieces. He always
story
does a
was
three-piece.
fun. When you went Cade Cunningham, you lost me.
I knew that's where I went, Steph. That was the steak being cut. I agree.
Hans and Franz, yeah.
Jordan Love, more or less than 232.5 passing yards.
I ain't going to lie to you. I just took a Wagner. I didn't know which Wagner I took on Prize Picks last night. There's double Wagners. It's like a Wagner Palooza at the Fiserv last night.
He just won't stop, will he, Jesse?
All right, Jesse, what do you got?
Jordan Love, more or less than 200.
Jesse Wagner.
Time now for trivia.
All right, Jordan Love, what do we got, Jesse?
8.5 rushing yards. I know that's what you want to tell me. 8.5
Old
rushing
T's
yards.
been losing on rushing yards lately. I'm steering clear, although, I always go more. He's been more for the majority of the season, but the last couple outings, he's really looking to keep his eyes downfield, which I love. That throw last week, which I thought would have won me my prize pick, he stayed down and made one of those wowza wow. Not just a wow throw, a wowzy wow throw to the one spot right where old boy, again, the slowing of the feet was such a beautiful thing from Jaden Reed. It was a thing of art. I think he's going to do more of it. But all it takes is one bust out. I'm going more for J. Love in the 8.5.
A wowzy wow.
Well, that was a big boy throw now.
A Val Wagner throw.
Wow, that was good.
I'm going more, too.
All right, so 232.5 passing yards. You want more there?
I want there to be more.
Jason has it brewing like it's going to be a big night, big afternoon. I don't think so. I think this is going to be Aaron Jones laying the hammer, not allowing Strax to become a factor in this game. RPO him, do it all. I think this is more of an Aaron Jones game than a J. Love game, but J. Love will have a couple tutters. That's how I would look at this.
Did I miss a meeting where we decided the Strack was going to be a thing? Are you licking your shirt?
Yeah, I spilled some coffee on me. I got to take trivia calls next.
What's going on
I don't have
over
any.
here?
I can't get a napkin for like 20 minutes. I just got to look it up.
Is there enough a delay that I can save that video of you licking your shirt? Can I get there in time? I think he's going to go over yes. How's that?
I don't mind if you lick the sleeve. When you got to go down to the logo by your belly to lick it, I don't know about that, Jesse.
Santa Strofe just brought me some napkins. Appreciate that. Chuba Hubbard. I always want to say Chubba Hubbard because it's a lot more fun. Chuba Hubbard, more or less
What
than...
song is that? Is that a Bare Naked Lady song? Chubba Wubba?
Chumbawamba?
Oh, that's its own band, right? Chubba Wubba?
It's a band. Yes.
Chuba Hubbard.
Somebody should have had a headline with Chubba Hubbard or Chubba Wubba.
It's 10-19.
Yeah, let's go. I'm not stopping you.
More or less than 72.5 rushing yards.
Yeah, I think this is going to be. If he goes, he might go for more than 72. But if he's over a buck, I just feel like there's. Then I feel like you have to start wondering, is there buy-in? This needs to be a Python game. It's got to be. Python up.
Do you believe it will be?
I don't know, buddy. I don't know. I have more uncertainty. I will be making my prediction later. I am definitely hopeful because I don't want Joe Barry's family to be asking why Jason Wilde has no empathy next week.
I hope it's a dominating performance. I really want to make all these folks that voted for losing out so he gets fired to really be nervous of going into the finale about whether or not they can save Joe Barry's job and make the playoffs. And then
Let's
have
win this
success
one for Joe.
This one's for Joe.
Jesse doesn't even know that reference.
No,
do
he
you,
doesn't.
Jesse?
Yeah, Deacon Hill, the
No,
outsider
that's
said
not it at
earlier
all.
this year.
Well, that one's
Win it
true,
for
but
Deke.
no. You don't remember that. It's a legendary, heartbreaking, and I think for some Packer fans it would be as heartbreaking as when Pat Bowlen said it after the Super Bowl win one for John.
Yeah.
Come on, Jesse.
This one's for John.
Bryce Young, 168.5 passing yards. Tucker Kraft, 37.5 receiving yards. Adam Thielen, 45.5 receiving yards. More or less on any of those that you like, Tausch?
Yeah, I think it's going to be more for Thielen. Tucker Kraft, what's the number?
37.5.
Yeah, that's standard now for my boy. We have adopted.
Great places, South Dakota.
We've adopted him as our favorite on this show. Now that we got Jackrabbit Mama in studio, we know we can put a face
I still
with.
can't believe that happened.
That was fun, wasn't it? Yeah, I think she could be. She could sub. I legit think she could sit in and sub
Lord
for
knows
all the
we
days
need subs
that I'm gonna have off. Yeah, more. I think Tucker Kraft is going to continue to. It's going to be fascinating to see. I think what's going to be fun for Steno and everybody else, because you haven't asked Steno if you're back next year, did you, Jason?
No, because there hasn't been questions lately about his status.
Okay.
Like there had been about Joe Barry's.
I just get a hunch that Steno and Matt LaFleur and everybody's going to be real excited to be doing a bunch of two tight sets.
So that
they
was
can do with
that actually was something that was discussed yesterday at length with
Steno,
LaFleur.
if you're here, isn't it going to be exciting to be able to deal with those two young tight ends? What are you huffing about? Why are you huffing at me? What are you, the big bad wolf?
You know what you did.
What did I do?
You do know what you did.
I did know what I did.
Let's play trivia. I almost
What do we do if Jackrabbit Mama comes
grumpy
back
Tausch.
down here? What do we do if Jackrabbit Mama comes back down here today?
I
We can't just keep ceding the floor to Jackrabbit Mama.
Well,
I just realized when you're in Milwaukee for the week, you turn into a rebellious 15-year-old where you're staying up late, going about town, not doing your homework, and causing a ruckus.
I'm not tired and grumpy today, and you guys are now mad that I'm not tired and grumpy. So I'm tired and grumpy the last 2 days, you're mad. Today I'm jolly as St. Nick, and you're mad. Like, I can't please you two.
You're not as jolly as St. Nick.
Sounded jolly.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want those Pella Windows? Are you sure?
You're reveling in getting after my lack of empathy, which I acknowledged was correct. Did you ask Adam Steno?
Steno, man, Steno, if you can hang on to your job, I think it'd be fun to see Jordan Love develop.
Ironically enough, I did ask Tom Clements if he's planning on coming back next year.
You know, Wildy's become that dude with the little cipher, like firing everybody.
No, it was actually in a very
you asked
positive
to fire
way.
Joe Barry. You're telling Tom Clements he's too old. He should be retiring. What else did you do?
That's actually the opposite of it. I thought he might be invigorated. But be that as it may, can we please play trivia?
Yeah, let's go. You guys keep acting like I'm hindering you. Let's go.
Caller 7. 844-770-3776.
Told you to do triple trivia the other day. I told you.
770-3776. Caller 7. It is once again Finish These Holiday Lyrics, Part 3.
Tausch only gets one today.
I don't know if I should. After that Christmas tree performance, I think I might be abdicating my role here. That was
I don't
poor.
think that's going to be the case. Sorry.
That was poor.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're playing. And we're playing next. Caller 7, 844-770-3776. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, wishing you a warm and happy holiday season from the great team at Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust. With all the things you're trying your best to remember and do over the holidays, the last thing you want to worry about is car trouble getting in the way of those plans. If you're hitting the road this season, make sure your vehicle is ready to take on Wisconsin winter by stopping in to see the service team at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Get a regularly scheduled tune-up. Check the battery, which may be impacted by cold temperatures. And also, don't forget to check your tires. Get an oil change and keep that gas tank full. The outstanding service team at Zimbrick Chevrolet is here to help so you can travel on your merry way without any difficulties. Call or schedule an appointment online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
The college football playoff semifinals. 21st at the Rose Bowl game.
No matter what the external circumstances are, it's not going to change what we came here to do.
Number 1 Michigan faces number 4 Alabama.
Let all naysayers know.
Then at the All-State Sugar Bowl.
Washington undefeated.
Second-ranked Washington faces number 3 Texas.
Texas is back. Is not a punchline.
The college football playoff semifinals. Coverage begins New Year's Day at 5 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
There's nothing like a great night's sleep. If your mattress isn't quite right, chances are you're not sleeping as well as you should be. Steinhoffel's exclusive Discover Your Sleep system maps your body and sleeping position, and then finds the perfect mattress for you through science. So, stop in and find your perfect mattress with the Discover Your Sleep system, only at Steinhoffel's. Relax. It's Steinhoffel's.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wietrich family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
Tito's handmade vodka is so good and smooth, you can mix it with anything. Now, here's out. If your usual brunch cocktail sounds like a Tito's Bloody Mary stacked with garnishes is more like Tito's. Sounds pretty good. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Circus Sports is now available at American Place. Bet on your favorite Milwaukee and Wisconsin teams, from Wisconsin football and basketball to all the Milwaukee basketball action, as well as more games nationwide. The Circus Sportsbook at American Place has 36 TVs, so you won't miss any of the action. And it's just 30 minutes from Kenosha and 45 minutes from Racine. For more information and to find out about their events, go to circusports.com. All Circus Sports bets must be placed in Illinois. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text GAMB to 833-234.
Ho, ho, ho! I need a window.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So where do I go? Ho,
Come on,
ho?
Santa. Go to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months.
Pella now, pay later. Oh,
That's right, Santa. Plus, our elves install year-round and in as little as 1 day. Offer ends December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See show for details.
Medicine Money Guy Christian Finfrock here. Struggling to understand retirement planning, life insurance policies, or managing your wealth? Listen to my show every Saturday at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN, or call me right now at 208-1800 for a complimentary consultation.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Let's play some trivia. And let's welcome in a first-time contestant. It is Tim in Madison. Tim, good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Do you know your Christmas music? And will you be able to discern Tausch's when he does question 2, do you think?
Hopefully. I'm about to find out.
We'll find out together. All right, here we go. Question number 1 in Finish the Holiday lyrics. Question 1 is this. Oh, come all ye faithful. Now, is it joyful and triumphant, or hopeful and victorious, or tickets going quickly?
It's tough between the first and the third, but I think it's joyful and triumphant.
Oh, very gutsy call by you. Well done.
Jason, you're a good singer. I don't know why you don't do it more. You have like a legit good voice. I know mine's a little pitchy, dog. You got actually a pretty good voice.
You have a good voice too, Tausch.
Jesse, don't you? You know patronization is the thing that irritates me more.
Really does.
All right,
irritate
Tim,
you a lot.
I will give you a run. I can assure you this will be better than yesterday's with Jackrabbit Mama. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good. So, be good for what's at stake. Or, so be good for goodness sake. Or, so be good, be strong, and don't break.
I haven't listened to Christmas songs for a while, but I think it's be good for goodness sake.
2 for 2. Question 3. I won't ask for much this Christmas. I won't even wish for snow. And I'm just gonna keep on waiting. Is it? Underneath the mistletoe, or more than you could ever know, or just to see the lights aglow.
Can you sing it again?
I would love to.
Yeah, can you get it in actually the right tone this time too?
Yeah, this was not. I wish you wouldn't have complimented me.
I'm really glad I didn't have this one. Tim is too.
I won't ask a lot for Christmas. I won't even ask for snow.
And
I'm just gonna keep on waiting. Underneath
the mistletoe.
I was going to give you the options again, but you know. So there you have it. Yeah, I'll be honest. As you were complimenting me, I'm thinking, please stop, because I'm going to butcher question 3. So thank you.
So you just wait a second. You don't want me complimenting you.
No.
You don't want me to ask you to tell stories, and you don't want me to tell you you're not being empathetic. That's the trifecta
no,
for today?
I want you to be authentically you, and all those things are authentically you.
Amen.
And I'm going to patronize
Tim,
you if I can.
Three
Tim, you're
for
perfect.
3, a little 3-piece nuggie for Tim.
The singing wasn't perfect, but your answers were. You've got 4 entries into the drawing, which, Jesse, are we doing that today? Or
we're doing it.
Did you leave the cheese fry helmet at Fleet Farm last Friday?
Nope, I got it. We're doing it today, because we're all hell breaks loose if we don't do it today. We're doing it today.
I smell a digi-only coming. I can't wait. You guys know I love a good digi-only. I smell one.
Tim, great job, buddy. Thanks.
Thank you. Great singing.
You think he was being serious about that?
No, I don't think so.
I think he was.
I think my favorite part was that he asked me to sing it again, which he had kind of that Mike Sherman style dry humor. You knew he was just messing with me. And I like it. I respect it. I honor it. All right. That is Wilde and Tausch trivia. Coming up next. Are these standings correct?
Yes.
I'm like the Cleveland Indians in that in Major League, threatening to climb out of the cellar. I've climbed out of the cellar?
Coming on strong.
Woo! All right, then.
You could catch Old T if you win out.
Plus the playoff games.
Yeah.
They win out, they're going to the playoffs.
Our Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week are next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Set your game plan for a new baseball season with a 2024 Brewers 4-pack. Pick from 4 action-packed plan choices, each loaded with can't-miss Brewers games to fit your schedule. And the best ticket prices, all available before single-game tickets are sold. Plus, when you buy a pair of 4-packs, you'll get a limited edition Brewers knit hat. Find the right plan for you today at brewers.com/4packs.
Happy New Year and happy new engagement. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. You have heard me talk about corporate, fundraising, and even casino events, but we are also amazing wedding DJs. Never cheesy and always the perfect fit for the perfect couple. Please let us help you narrate your wedding day love story while playing an amazing soundtrack that will rock your dance floor. Create lifelong memories of your one special day. Do it right and do it with celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Smoking hot deals just keep coming with quick hot savings from Quick Trip. And right now we're cooling off with $2.99 a gallon Nature's Touch milk. All 1 gallon, 2%, 1%, and skim Nature's Touch milk, just $2.99. Hey, looking to make that perfect movie night milkshake? Or how about making those morning waffles extra fluffy? Our fresh, straight from our dairy Nature's Touch milk is on sale and ready for your fridge. Quick hot savings from Quick Trip. Yeah, we're here to save you some moolah.
At Starion Bank, they pride themselves on being a super community bank. Small enough to show they care about you and the communities they serve, while being large enough to make big things happen. With 3 Madison area branches in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona, Starion Bank is here investing in your community while offering valuable personal and business banking services. Start your experience with Starion Bank today by going to starionbank.com. Member FDIC.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
I was building a nightstand during Aaron Rodgers Tuesday. I just about threw it out my window.
Yeah, you don't strike me as a handy guy.
Well, no. I made it really well. That was
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
I think you and I are both self-proclaimed Swifties, Hunter.
Absolutely, I am.
Wow, that was no hesitation there.
No.
That is the fastest you've ever responded to anything in the history of the show.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
There's nothing like a great night's sleep. If your mattress isn't quite right, chances are you're not sleeping as well as you should be. Steinhoffel's exclusive Discover Your Sleep system maps your body and sleeping position, and then finds the perfect mattress for you through science. So, stop in and find your perfect mattress with the Discover Your Sleep system, only at Steinhoffel's. Relax. It's Steinhoffel's.
Football Sunday on ESPN Radio. It's a critical Christmas Eve showdown in Minneapolis. The Vikings sit 3 games behind the Lions in the NFC North. Will Detroit clinch the division?
Sunday on 100.5 ESPN.
Snow is falling all around me. Children playing, having fun. It's the season, love and understanding. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Time now for the Steinhoffel's Sleepers of the Week, presented by Steinhoffel's. And Steinhoffel's year-end sale only happens once a year, normally at the end of the year. This is your best time to get unheard-of deals on closeouts and one-of-a-kind merchandise, sofas, love seats, beds, dining sets, mattresses. It all has to go. So there's no better time than now to buy the furniture you've been waiting for. And with Steinhoffel's 60-month special financing, your new room just got more affordable. This is the last weekend of the year-end sale at Steinhoffel, so get in now. Plus, it's Green and Gold Friday, so stop in wearing your Packers gear to get a Sealy twin, full, or queen mattress, and they just start at $199. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Time now for the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the week.
Don't sleep, you gotta stay up.
Hey there, sleepyhead. Wakey, wakey. It's time for the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week on Wilde and Tausch.
It is time for the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week. According to the standings I have in front of me, which may or may not be disputed by some, but they are compiled by one Jesse J. Nelson. Mark Tauscher leads the standings with seven victories this season. I have moved into second place with 4. Jesse nipping at my heels with 3.
I pulled a Wilde last week. Samari Toure was inactive.
That's
for
a
the
lot
game.
of things. Oh, you picked Samari and didn't even play.
Yeah, he was inactive. He was not
That's
on the
tough.
active roster.
Yeah, those are the tricky ones. I
So
risked
Tausch did
it.
clinch.
And you
Yeah,
praised my pick last week. It was a team loss. Everyone's
what
like,
do you want
great
me to
pick,
do? What do you
Jesse.
want me
That
to
was a
do? I
good
can't castigate everything you say. I have to pick my spots.
Yeah. Very
By the way,
empathetic.
Kenyon Drake, who was active, I went out on a limb last week, a very
You did.
strong,
You did.
solid limb.
Creaky.
And he actually suited up. I'm surprised he's still on the team after that performance. He got walked back and beaten badly on a blitz, which is, he's a veteran. Can happen. And then I give him credit, very dexterous hands. The ball's up on his butt. Like, it's all over the place. He ends up getting it back. But I saw right after that, I said, well, my Steinhoffler is not going to win this week. He ain't taking another snap in the game, and I don't think he did. And I don't think he's going to take another snap. I think Aaron Jones is going to ride the wave. I really want to pick Aaron Jones. That's what I really want to do. And because it's tiered, I know he would have to be an absolute monster in this game, but I still don't think he's eligible. Even though he's only played 5 or 6 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron Jones is ineligible. Correct, Jesse?
Everyone is eligible, but to what degree they would qualify as a sleeper is what the important
All right,
factor
what
is.
does he need to do in order to be like 100 yards isn't enough? It's got to be big, right?
We're talking 3 or 4 touchdown kind of day.
No,
like
we're not talking 3 or 4.
player of the week type candidate.
Well, he's not playing the Packers defense, so he's
All
not
right,
going to
so
win that.
Jason, I just
Fair.
want to confirm this because you're up there every day, grinding, working. McDuffie will be playing, correct? He'll be the starting linebacker. Devondre's not playing this week?
I don't know that. I can't say that
Ooh.
for certain.
Then I can't do what I wanted to do. All right, if
Well,
McDuffie
be
wins
bold.
it this week,
The bold
no.
Come on.
I don't like picking inactive players.
Well,
I don't want to do that. I
Isaiah
think that looks
McDuffie's
bad.
not going to be inactive.
No, I understand, but I don't know how many reps. If Devondre Campbell's back out there, which I hope he is, I hope he's saying blank off whoever blogged at me. I'm going to go out and ball out, but I don't know if that's going to happen, so it's too risky. I'm going back to my guy.
It's a dramatic pause.
I'm going back to my guy, even though I know he needs to be really good. Jackrabbit Mama coming into the studio has forced my hand here.
Oh, my God. What does he have to do now?
A tutter in about 80 yards, I think, puts him in a great position. He can't just catch 3 balls for 30. I won't win. But a tutter with like 80? What, you're saying that's not enough?
I just can't believe you're going back to him for the 4th time in 5
Yeah,
weeks.
he's been a winner. He's a winner.
He's unearthing him.
He's a winner. I'm going Tucker Kraft again. And I'm going to win this week.
The anthropologist digging up Tucker Kraft once again to be his Steinhoffel Sleeper of the Week. All right, Jesse, you get to go. What do you got?
I think defense is going to be what's most important here this week. They got to shut down the Panthers' offense and make this a one-sided game. So I'm torn between several different players to choose from that I think could best qualify for Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week. I think I'm going to go Preston Smith.
What is required?
Smith needs to be Aaron Jones-esque.
Well, yes,
I tend to agree.
But I
But
think
2.5
Hey,
sacks.
no, one Strack ain't winning it.
With the amount of running the football that I think Carolina will do, and then getting to Bryce Young if they're throwing coming from behind, I think a Strack could be in play
Yeah, but
Preston
that's not going to
Smith.
be enough for Preston.
After
he needs more.
After the week that the Packers defense has experienced, from the coordinator and Jason asking and making his family question things on Christmas all the way up until the performance on Sunday, the veteran leaders are going to have to be the ones that take this thing over this week. And so I wanted to go Carrington Valentine, but I think it's going to come up to be more of a leadership type thing this weekend. The veterans in the room got to stand up there and say, we got some respect that we got to put on our names and for our coordinator and for our team after these last few performances. So the intangible of Preston Smith and the leadership component, and by example, having a big game on Sunday is why I'm going with him.
All right, so Tausch, as the arbiter of the tiered system, before I make my selection, I would like to know, based on your policies, what each of these players would have to do to be proclaimed a winner. Okay? First, Rudy Ford, since I don't think Darnell Savage is going to play.
Pick. He needs a pick with some return yards on it.
Okay. Ben Sims.
Tutter and 2 catches.
So if he has like 4 catches for 60 yards, that's insufficient. He's got to get to the end zone.
No, it depends what the other 2 do, but yeah, his bar's low. Ben Sims' bar's low.
And then finally, Corey Ballantyne.
A pick.
I think Bryce Young's going to throw a pick or 2.
I agree. I wanted to go Isaiah McDuffie because I felt that, and if he covers the middle of the field, young players like going in the middle of the field.
Are you sure you don't want to readjust?
The fact that you can't tell me Devondre Campbell's not playing, I can't pick somebody that's only doing specialty. I can't do it. Tell me Devondre Campbell's not playing, I'm picking Isaiah McDuffie.
I kind of want since I'm giving you the final opportunity.
I'm sticking with Tucker.
I kind of want to take Isaiah McDuffie.
I think he's going to have a game I believe. Go for it. And rub it in my face that I didn't close you out with McDuffie makes a big play.
I'm gonna do it. Isaiah McDuffie. And then you're gonna be able to take partial credit for my victory. You made it possible. So then everybody
that's all
wins.
part of the deal.
Yeah. All right. I got Isaiah McDuffie. And now watch Rudy Ford have 2 picks. Those are our Steinhoffels Sleepers of the Week presented by Steinhoffels. You can share yours across our social media channels and play along with us as well. All right, now we have some special content for you. No, it is not Jackrabbit Mama stopping by once again, but another of our very loyal supporters, the old Spark Dog, Sparky in Sussex, has submitted a poem, which I will read next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tosher here for Chalmers Jewelers. Well, it's always a good time to get that special someone in your life a beautiful gift. And when I'm in need of a new piece of jewelry, Chalmers Jewelers is my go-to place. Whether I want a timeless classic or a one-of-a-kind piece, Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison has just what I'm looking for. My life has been made so much easier thanks to the great team over at Chalmers Jewelers, and is the reason I keep going back for more. Visit chalmersjewelers.com to find your perfect new piece of jewelry today.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Stoughton Trailers. Big trailers and big opportunity at Stoughton Trailers. Positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, supply chain, and more. To apply today, go to stojobs.com. Wisconsin safety Hunter Wohler announced Thursday that he will be returning for his senior season in 2024. The former Wisconsin Gatorade Football Player of the Year at Muskego High School has been a standout in the defensive backfield for the Badgers in his 3 years. In 2023, Wohler led the way for the Wisconsin defense with 113 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 1 sack. Wohler was also a third-team All-Big Ten football team selection by the Big Ten coaches and will play in the ReliaQuest Bowl on New Year's Day.
Unwrap your gift now, but pay later. Right now at Pella, put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Portis, and I love playing basketball in Milwaukee. When I drive down the lane, I move fast and make sudden moves to drive to the hoop and score. But when I'm behind the wheel in the driving lane, I control my drive. I don't speed or make sudden movements. Speeding and reckless driving are the leading causes of traffic injuries and deaths in Wisconsin. Do what I do. Control your drive. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Wisconsin DOT.
At UW Credit Union, our home loans have everything you need for your next big step, including up to $750 off closing costs for all home buyers. And first-time buyers can save even more. So if you're ready to trade roomies for more room, or your townhome for an out-of-town home, UW Credit Union will be with you from start to furnished. UW Credit Union. Apply online today. Equal housing lender. Credit may be limited as required by program. Visit uwcu.org for details.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2023 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires January 1st, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website and see our current electric vehicle inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Audi Madison. Off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Indulge in the ultimate chocolate experience this holiday season with Gail Ambrosius Chocolatier. Your significant other will love the handcrafted selection created right here in Madison. Stop by their store on Atwood and treat your taste buds today. Once you taste the difference that locally owned and made chocolate provides, you'll never go back to the mass-produced box of chocolate again. Share the joy with a box of chocolate from Gail Ambrosius Chocolatier on Atwood.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, Tito's Handmade Vodka is there on game day for every fan. Find cocktail recipes at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Everybody's starting to feel it in the air. All of the sidewalks, all of the street lights, holiday magic everywhere. Ooh, then it hits me.
Before we get to this poem from our guy Sparky, hung up my Yule log behind me, by the way. You got to be looking, though, because there's a lot of stuff back there. Jesse's going to pull this week's trivia winner. Jesse?
This is how committed we are to not forgetting this week. Doing it right now.
I think that's a good thing. I think that's smart. Good job. Good on you.
Tausch, still waiting for your compliment. We'll get that, I'm sure, next week.
Yeah, way to go to actually do your job on time.
It is. All right. Drawn in the cheese fry helmet. Wow. Isn't this special? Congratulations to
Jack Rabbit
Timmer.
Mailman Matt. Part of Double Wisconsin Geography Wednesday.
Well, what makes that more special than anyone else?
Because I don't think he's ever won before, and he's contributed a lot to our show.
Well, I mean, I'm happy for him and all, but you kind of teased it as if I thought it was going to be Jack Rabbit Mama Shoes in studio.
No, I thought it was going to be Timmer.
First-time contestant. Well, better luck next time to everybody who lost. That's my empathetic.
Jason, I just want to say great job bringing us back from break. I didn't realize we needed to compliment each other on just doing our jobs. So nice work, Jason. Jesse, another great job by you.
Thank you.
Jollier than St.
I appreciate your support. Hey, I have a question for the two of you before I read this poem. If I told you that I got a Gus Polinski T-shirt, what would you know what that was?
Gus Polinski or Wolski?
Gus Polinski.
The name Polinski.
Is that the guy that used to work for Fox 6?
That's the
That's
meat
Gus
dude.
Ganorski.
Oh,
No,
yeah, I
that's the-
love Gus Ganorski. It was
The
great.
meat dude. Isn't that the dude from Ferris Bueller? Polinsky.
No, I believe that is Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago. But you're in the ballpark, so keep working on that. I am going to read this poem from Sparky. It is a parody.
Do you like this better than reading just regular quotes on the radio? Is this your favorite?
I like to read in all forms and fashions. Jesse passed this along, though. He felt it would be better if I read it than if he did. I'm not sure I agree, because, Jesse, you're doing a great job today. Really, really good work.
Thanks, Jason.
You're welcome. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the plain, the Packers were celebrating their most recent game. They just beat Carolina. The game had been close, but when time expired, the Pack won by a nose. Am I required to make it rhyme, or do I just read it the way it says?
Nose in most rhymes.
Close and nose do not rhyme.
It's pretty close. Nose.
Just by a nose.
Maybe I should have read it.
Well, you're doing a great job today. I think we can all agree. Especially when you were licking the coffee off your
and you like him a lot.
logo.
Let's go. Hey, Sparky does this great thing, and now you're butchering it. Let's go.
The flight was quite lengthy, but full of good cheer. There was eggnog and food and a number of beers. But here's what they knew on that very long flight. A playoff spot, though faint, was still in their sight. The coaches were sitting together up front, discussing the stats, as is their post-game wont. The defense played better, but gave up 3 scores. Joe Barry kept his job for at least 1 week more. Matt LaFleur looked relieved to get a big win. The coach was sporting a big, toothy grin. His team still in the hunt for a playoff berth. It was time to enjoy some holiday mirth. But what, do you ask, were the keys on that day? Which players came through? Were the stars of the day? There were big runs by Dillon and Aaron and Taylor, passes to Dobbs and to Ben Sims from Baylor, which is a really good line.
That's good.
The defense was certainly not overlooked as they slowed down the Panthers by hook or by crook. 3 sacks by Rashawn, another by Quay. Don't forget Keyshawn Nixon's 2 picks on the day.
Woo!
And how about Anders Carlson, that fine Packers kicker? We all miss Mason, but let's not bicker. The rookie has shown so far this season. Could it be brats and cheese are the reason? This is really long. That's not part of the
Barnwellian.
Special teams finally played a decent game. It was about time they restored their good name. It's been a year that many of us thought it would be. Que sera, whatever will be, will be. Winnable games. There were more than a few, and several, some say, that the Packers just blew. The Falcons, the Steelers, the Raiders, and more. The Broncos and Giants were lost by 1 score. 13 points were the difference in losing those games. Just 13 points, and they'd have won those 5 more games. The season's been quite a ride. There is no doubt. Too many mistakes and bad 3-and-outs. Wow, still keeps going. The Packers last month has been more of the same. Wins over the Lions and Chiefs were certainly huge games. Then 2 losses that nobody could understand left fans reeling and yelling, Joe Barry should be canned. But there's only one reason the Pack has a chance, that they're still in this race for the big playoff dance. As Jordan Love goes, the Pack goes. Let's be clear. If he plays well, we're in. If not, there's always next year. So Love is our future. Of that, there's no doubt. There's no need to question, to cry, or to pout. The future is brighter with Love in the picture. All's going according to Goody's Packer scripture. So as you celebrate through this holiday season, Whatever the cause, whatever the reason, wear your green and the gold colors that you love to show. Merry Christmas to all. Go, Pack, go. Tausch, your thoughts?
Very thoughtful, very long. Those are
and
my
no
two
Yule
things.
log.
Yeah,
No
nothing
Yule
with
log
the Yule log.
reference.
A lot of effort put into that. Really well done. But as Jesse said, very Barnwellian, very long.
All right, that is a submission.
The Taylor from Baylor. I didn't even know Ben Sims was from Baylor, so I learned something, which is always something that I'm excited about.
Crack open a Coors Light to celebrate 'Twas the Night Before Christmas and the fact that that poem has come to an end.
We love Coors Light, brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged. It's great after a Christmas Eve victory over the Carolina Panthers. Born in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado in 1978, Coors Light is refreshing. It is crisp, and it's only 102 calories. That's why it's Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The 11 o'clock hour begins in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by College Football Bowl Season on ESPN Madison, fueled by Celsius Energy Drinks. Find Celsius at a retailer near you or visit Celsius.com to learn more. And don't miss the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Saturday, December 30th, live on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand. Don't miss the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers on Christmas Eve, noon kickoff. For the green and gold in Charlotte, Packers listed as 4.5-point favorites per ESPN Bet. Packers haven't won a road game at Carolina since the 2011 season. Plenty more to get you set for the game all day here on 100.5 ESPN, including with more Wilde and Tausch coming up next. You can also catch Green Bay Game Day from 9 a.m. until kickoff right here on ESPN Madison on Sunday morning, taking you up to kickoff, getting you set for the Packers and the Panthers. Packers one game back of several teams in the NFC playoff picture on the outside looking in with a 6-8 record with 3 games to go. Meanwhile, NBA, Giannis leading the way last night as the Bucks complete a perfect 6-game homestand with a 118-114 win over the Orlando Magic. Bucks go 6-0 on their 6-gamer. They're on the road against the Knicks tomorrow afternoon.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins, and it begins with what might be the longest and most choices I've ever seen for the weekend preview.
I'm going to miss our holiday music. Are we getting rid of that on Tuesday? Is that the verdict here?
I don't think we have to get rid of it
Or does
on
it last
Tuesday?
through the week? Like,
New
'cause
Year's.
it's happy
Through
holidays
New Year's.
Let's
through
stop
next
at the
week,
New
right?
Year.
Okay,
New
we'll
Year's.
keep it running next week. There you go. Little extra time for the holiday music. All right, the weekend preview. There is a ton of football for us to consume over the
cornucopia.
Christmas weekend. A cornucopia, yes. If you're not watching the Nutcracker, boy, have we got a game for you at any time of day. Starting Saturday, 3:30, Bengals at Steelers on NBC.
Nah.
7 o'clock exclusively on Peacock.
Nah.
Bills at Chargers.
Ooh, nah.
All right. Now we go to Sunday. Packers-Panthers is the only game on at noon locally, so no other options to choose from there.
That'll be a good one.
3
Python game.
We rarely...
Boa constrictor game.
Okay, boa, yeah. They're 6-8. I don't think they're pythoning anything right now. So we get the rare 3:05 kickoff on CBS, Jaguars at Buccaneers. This is interesting. Looking at the geographical coverage map for the week, if you live in the greater Madison area at 3:25 on Fox, America's game of the week is the Cardinals at the Bears.
Woof.
If you live in Milwaukee, America's game of the week, 3:25 Sunday on Fox, is Cowboys at Dolphins.
How about them Cowboys?
So different games on in Milwaukee and Madison at 3:25
How is that
on Sunday.
possible? They always try to jam the NFC North teams down our throats.
It's true.
Why would Madison not be there? Because Milwaukee's closer. Correct me if I'm wrong. We didn't do Wisconsin trivia this week.
Yes,
we did. We did a double dose of it, actually.
Exactly
Correct
what
me
you
if
wanted.
I'm wrong. Milwaukee is closer to Chicago than Madison. Is that fair?
Yeah, looking at the map, it doesn't make any sense.
That's really dumb.
Very fair.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys-Dolphins is the game of the weekend. That's the one you should be watching.
Well, hold your horses.
Outside of the Monday night game,
Spoiler alert. I thought you might pick this one. 7:15, Christmas Eve night. Who wants to open presents and gather with family when you can watch Patriots at Broncos?
Yeah, no, I'll be good
No?
on that one.
Okay.
No.
NFL Network, Sunday night. Monday, triple header, Christmas Day, noon, Raiders at Chiefs. 3:30,
Nah.
Giants at Eagles. By the way, Raiders, Chiefs, CBS, Giants, Eagles on Fox.
Have we gotten to more than one game that any of us is interested in at this point?
Yeah, this next one's going to be the one.
And 7:15, Monday Night Football, ABC, Ravens at 49ers. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 potential games to choose from in your weekend preview.
Okay, so it's a great slate. I mean, it's awesome that they, I think, really smartly put 3 games on Christmas Day because legitimately, once Christmas morning's done, you have your breakfast, you open your presents, you sit around. NBA has owned Christmas Day. They're going to get walloped this week. Everybody thought, well, the NBA season should start. This can be a big weekend for the NFL. Big. And they have great games. Dallas, Miami is going to be awesome. That's I won't be able to watch that one. I think there'll be mass in it for me. But the Christmas is, I'm always getting confused now. Christmas Day is Monday.
Correct.
The night game, Ravens, that's going to be, a lot of people think that's Super Bowl. That'll be a Super Bowl preview with San Francisco. That will be the one that I really, really want to watch, and I will for sure watch that. All the other ones, outside of Green Bay, Carolina, is going to be tough sledding for Old T to probably pull off.
So the game that I'm most interested in is at the same time as Packers-Panthers.
No, it's not. What game?
Lions-Vikings?
That's not. Why are you interested in that?
Because if the Vikings at home beat the Lions, that changes the playoff picture for your Green Bay Packers considerably.
No, it doesn't. The Packers beat Minnesota. The Packers will need to beat Minnesota regardless, or they're not going to get by Minnesota. Period.
I understand, but if the Vikings beat the Lions in this one, that gets them to 8 wins already. And the Packers would be at 7 wins. They would have
Jason, I get what you're saying, but it all is going to come down to Minnesota, Green Bay. If Green Bay loses, they basically are 3 games behind Minnesota.
Right, but they could still beat the Vikings on New Year's Eve and still not overtake them, right? Like, they have to win out. The Vikings win is one of 3 wins. They don't have any margin for error to have a repeat of last year. If the Vikings... What?
No,
Go
here's
ahead.
the deal. Yeah, Green Bay wins all 3 they're in. If they don't,
I agree. But if the Vikings beat the Lions, then the Packers can win out and are still going to need. Let me see if I'm getting this right.
I don't think you're going to be right on this.
Because they. Oh, I know what I want to say. I got thrown off there. Then we set up the same thing as last year in the finale, which is you have to beat a team at home to make the playoffs, right?
You're going to have to do that anyways, though.
If you beat the Vikings and the Vikings lose both games to the Lions, you don't have to, is what I meant. So if
that's the Vikings-Packers game is it. If they don't beat Vikings, it's over. That's it. That's it. That's their playoff game. They're all playoff games. This team is in a position.
I agree that they're all playoff games. We're on the same page.
If you really wanted to look at it, last night's game was big. You wanted the Rams to lose. You didn't.
I would agree.
So, don't make more of it. That game I have no interest in watching. No interest. Give me the Cowboys-Dolphins and give me the Ravens-Niners. Those are the two games. Those are your sexy games of the weekend that you want to watch.
That's the
be
weekend
more crystal
preview.
clear.
I thought you were in a better
being
mood
pretty
today.
crystal. No, I'm in a great mood.
It's
You're trying to sell me at some Lions-Vikings game.
It's not a great slate of games.
I agree.
But you have two monster matchups. All four of those teams, you can make an argument can win the Super Bowl.
The Cowboys,
all
the
four.
Dolphins can't beat anybody
the
good.
Ravens,
neither can the Cowboys.
and the 49ers.
So we'll find out who can beat who.
It sounded to me like you were kind of interested in watching some more Bills football until you found out it was on Peacock.
No,
very frustrating.
Commercial-free fourth quarter.
I'm going to tell you this: the Bills. Nobody wants a piece of them Bills in the AFC. Nobody.
Do people still want a piece of the Packers, though?
They would rather play the Vikings than the Packers. They would rather. The Rams might be surpassing them. The Rams might be.
Rams are hot.
Nakua.
Puka.
Higbee.
Della.
Williams.
Just going to name Rams.
Gina Della. Oh, and Santa. We're just talking about all these games. Well, make sure you take time for Santa. You're going to be coming down that chimney. And they're going to be talking about a very special gift that you can unwrap now, but pay for a year and a half later. Let Pella replace those leaky windows and doors while you put no money down and make no payments. And you don't have any interest. That's 18 months. And in this economy, with all that inflation and shrinkflation and any inflation you're looking for, 18 months without any payments, pretty special. And Pella's elves, they're pretty special too. They install year-round and can finish installation in as little as a day. But hurry up, this incredible deal ends on December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply. See showroom for details.
So you really think that the Vikings Lions games, and they play each other twice in 3 weeks with the Packers game in the middle, you think they're just completely irrelevant to the Packers?
No, they're not completely irrelevant, but it's about Green Bay. I've been trying to tell you this all the time. It's about Green Bay.
Yeah, but that
not
segment,
about Minnesota.
And they need the Vikings to lose.
No,
yeah,
they beat Minnesota.
Literally, it's about
they're gonna beat
every
Minnesota
game but
if they
the
beat
Packers
Minnesota.
game.
No, if they beat Minnesota. Yeah, I'm talking about big picture. I'm not talking about just the Packers playoffs.
Well, then why didn't you pick the Buccaneers game then? That's clearly the one that most impacts Green Bay of that slate.
The Buccaneers are in position to win the division, and you want the Saints to win because they beat the Saints and all this other stuff. The Falcons are dead. They're donezo.
They have the same
Minnesota
record as the Packers.
It's going to be in a position where Green Bay needs to beat Minnesota. If they don't, it's over.
And
it
then
is
beat Chicago.
over. Well, Chicago, but if they don't beat Minnesota, the Chicago game's irrelevant.
If they don't beat Carolina,
that's why when I say
Minnesota's
week
irrelevant.
to week, that's what I mean, fellas. Come on.
Understand.
Do you?
No.
Doesn't sound like you. Doesn't sound
we
like
got
it.
Patronizing voice.
He went falsetto on us.
He did. That's what I mean, fellas. All right.
You want to talk about falsetto, just come back after the break. This was a hard one this week.
That is what we like to call a tease. Headlines starring the Academy. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm Vice President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Is Jalen Hurts a little bit overrated? The totality of his career, way more good than bad, way more elite than not. I would take him on my team any day of the week. But we've used his name in the same sentence as Mahomes. We have crowned him the second best quarterback in the NFL. Are we sure about that?
Unsportsmanlike. Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
The college football playoff semifinals. First at the Rose Bowl game.
No matter what the external circumstances are, it's not going to change what we came here to do.
Number 1 Michigan faces number 4 Alabama.
Let all naysayers know.
Then at the All-State Sugar Bowl.
Washington undefeated.
Second-ranked Washington faces number 3 Texas.
Texas is back is not a punchline.
The college football playoff semifinals. Coverage begins New Year's Day at 5 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2023 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires January 1st, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website and see our current electric vehicle inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Audi Madison. Off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
Jim Rutledge here to talk to you about North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, the official barbecue joint of Rutledge and Hamilton and the official barbecue joint of the Rutledge household. We love going to all 3 of their locations, whether it's in DeForest, Madison, or in Verona. We get the same great service and food every time we go, no matter the location. Even better, when we have parties, cookouts, or anything in between, I don't have to spend all my time over the grill. Instead, I give a call to the folks at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. So hurry in to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, the official barbecue joint of Rutledge and Hamilton and the official barbecue joint of the Rutledge household.
Catch Disco Fever this New Year's Eve with Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and our Disco Eve celebration.
We have promotions going all day and night on Sunday, December 31st with plenty of ways to win.
Like our Pick a Prize promotion with 18 cash prize winners in the afternoon.
Plus a $24,000 grand prize awarded at 7 p.m.
And be here for our hot ticket drawings with 14 different $1,000 winners selected between 7:30 p.m. and just past midnight.
Get your New Year's Eve groove on at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Hang on, mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together this Christmas. Firesides blazing bright, we're caroling through the night. And this
Time for headlines. Tausch, should I be excited or a little apprehensive? You said falsetto, which
No, you should be excited.
pricked my ears.
So I knew you had a lot of stuff going on over the week, and you've been, beaten down pretty heavily this year.
Not as bad as Joe Barry.
Definitely not as bad as Joe Barry.
But it has been a rough year for my family with headlines.
Yeah, it has been. So we wanted to go Christmassy, obviously. The Packer game's on Christmas Eve. The holidays are here. It's joyful. It's festive. And with Josh and Heartland bringing a lot of sultriness to the Kringle and everything else.
A little too much.
Are you just jumping right into it?
Well, what do you want me to do?
I was going to mention Fleet Farm.
Usually we
my
talk
bad.
about Fleet Farm. We got a little open we play. Like there's a whole process we followed
Oh,
literally
well,
every
you guys-
time we do this segment for years
Normally
now.
you don't throw it to me this soon. You threw it to me. All right, I'll pitch it back. I'll Travis Kelce it. I'll fire it back, and I'll just wait for someone to be called offsides.
It'll be overruled. All right, so it is time for headlines presented by Fleet Farm. And you can get instant savings right now at Fleet Farm. Skip the wait and take $10 off your purchase of $75 or more in-store or online. You can shop now and save on gifts for others or maybe even a gift for yourself. Shop for all your favorite everyday essentials and save at Fleet Farm. And on top of that, if you are a Fleet Farm Fleet Rewards member, it is Fleet Rewards Member Appreciation going on right now. I am a proud member. 12% off every purchase with the coupon. Just go to fleetfarm.com. You can print it out. You can send it to yourself and screenshot it, or you can use the promo code MARY12 at checkout online. Save in-store or online if you are a Fleet Rewards member. So sign up today. Time now for headlines.
We've buried the lead.
But it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, I've read the headlines.
It's time to predict this week's headlines.
Tausch, the floor now is yours.
Okay, so as I just laid out, sultriness, holidays, joy, festivities, everything else. The Academy came up with a couple this week.
Multiple?
You know that I have passed these along to other people because I think
John Schneider.
John Schneider, I think we got another one coming from Schneid's coming up because of it was so well ballyhooed, and I think people want more.
A lot of ballyhoo today.
Old T's been done a lot. He's put a lot of different musics out there. We're going to have, I think, headlines for the holidays coming up again over the weekend. And so I had to go to, I'm not sultry. As much as I'd love to be sultry, I don't have a ton of
prefer no one was
sultriness.
sultry, quite frankly.
There were a couple of options that the Academy gave. I did one, and one of our good family friends did another one. She's sultry, and I think you're going to like. She is not a trained singer. She wanted to make sure I specified that.
Is she going to appreciate being called sultry?
Yes, she will. She will definitely appreciate.
I have a feeling I know who this is.
I don't think you know who this is. I'm actually curious who you think it is.
I'm not going to tell you.
But what I believe is she put herself out there, and we want to hear it. Oh, Santa, let's hear those sleighs a-coming.
This one's for you, Morris. Playoffs maybe, luck can toss a touchdown to dogs for Reed. Been an awful good scheme. Playoffs maybe, let Barry's defense shine tonight. Playoffs maybe, couple titles for sure. Love floor, we giving up on giant hair. Playoffs maybe, so hurry up the offense tonight. Think of all the kicks Andrews whipped. Think of all the times Jones and D-Max missed. Next year, Pat could be just as good if Goody makes the changes like he should. Playoffs maybe, just want a shot, and that's not a lot. Been an up and down year. Playoffs baby, just beat the lousy Panthers tonight.
Really well done. She was very nervous about doing it. I thought she crushed it.
Was that your
Great
mom?
lyrics, but it was not. It's my mom.
No, his
You
mom
think
was
my
the star a few
You
weeks
think
ago.
my mom would ever do that? My mom was not singing on air.
She was never the
I
star
can't get her
a
to
few
come
weeks
in and
ago, Jesse.
I can't come her.
that's
I
right.
want her to come in with a meat cleaver and start cutting up some steaks. And she
I would
won't do
rather her
that.
sing than show up with a meat cleaver.
What if you get one of the nice cuts of meat?
I'm still good. So, was it Jackrabbit Mama?
I told you who it was. It's our family friend Kelly, who we've spent a lot of Christmases with.
Literally the first time we heard.
No, I
You
said it in the open.
said
Go
a
back and
family
listen.
friend.
Why are you guys trying to get me to fight? I'm not. I don't want to.
We're not. You never told Kelly who.
It's our. I'm not going to give. You want me to
Kelly
give out all of
Call?
her info?
What tier?
Yeah, Kelly.
Damn,
Call.
Kelly.
What tier is Kelly?
I don't tier people, so that's
Kelly-
not fair. Kelly she is a great friend of our family. She was over for Christmas dinner the other night. We did an early one because she's traveling, her family's traveling. So we were talking about the headlines, and I said, if you're open, this would be a fun one. She didn't want to, but she not only delivered the
But you
goods.
coerced her.
I did not threaten. There was no threatening. I thought she crushed it, Kelly.
Kelly,
Fantastic
great job. Jesse, back me up on this. He never said Kelly.
No, never.
He never
No.
said
I
who
said
it was.
family friend.
He
I
said family friend many times. I thought you were trying
just
to
had
keep...
it in. You had it in your head. It was my mom. So get over it. It wasn't my mom.
No, at first I thought it was Sarah's mom because we know
Sarah's
that she's
mom was a
good
one
singer.
and done. She wasn't going to do. She's a great singer.
Jollier
Fantastic.
than Saint Nick.
Okay, and you told us it was Kelly.
You think
I
I'm going to
wouldn't have
say
been-
that my mother-in-law is sultry?
I wouldn't have.
You think, boy, D, you are a sultry singer now. Like, what are you doing?
We do all kinds of things that you wouldn't think we'd necessarily do on the
Well,
show.
that
Let's
part's
be
fair.
honest.
And you ought to hear sultry. The next headline might even be sultrier than that one. This one
Who
comes
can you tell
from.
us? Hey, can you tell us who sings it first
Yeah,
so
this
we
is
don't have
old
a
T.
confusion?
This one's old T with a little help from his good buddy, Jesse J. Nelson.
Ooh, I like it already.
Barry, did you know that your run defense is worse than Carolina's? Barry, did you know that Jair would be fragile like fine china? Did you know that LaFleur and Goody want to bid adieu? This defense you couldn't fire up will soon fire you. Barry, did you know that your linebackers need to be much faster? Barry, did you know that your time in Green Bay has been a complete disaster?
Did you know that Baker Mayfield
Had a 158.3.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
But he sure looked like one to me. Barry, did you know?
Merry Christmas, Mr. Tauscher.
Going down.
No, we made sure to leave that part out.
That one will go down in history like a certain red-nosed reindeer. Wow, the collaborative work.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you
it
do
was
that
a hard-
after our cheese tasting
We
with
did.
Pine River?
That was a tough one to knock out. Lot of vocal waves you had to ride there.
If I may.
Oh, you may.
That was not intended to be a duet. Someone just couldn't figure it out, so he needed a little help.
Well, Jesse had to get moving. He said, we need to step in here. It was taking a while. A lot more
Those
time.
production
and effort
rooms
than
in
I think we
Milwaukee, we're on a tight deadline down there. We don't have all day to learn how to sing a song, so let's just hop in and do it.
Well, the results were outstanding. Is there enough time to get this added to the headlines.
This
special
has to
edition.
be on the headlines.
Yes, all headlines from today will be part of the revamped headlines for the
Well, I'll
holidays.
have to ask
which will air a few
Kelly. I'll have
times.
to ask Kelly if
Sultry
she's
Kelly.
okay with Sultry Kelly, if she's okay to be part of it, because she copyrighted. Now I think she's getting a lot of texts coming through on how great she sounded.
She was great. You just never said who she was. That was the only debate here. Never a question that she was good. She was very good. All right, those are our headlines presented by Fleet Farm.
Wait a minute.
What?
A minute.
Oh, just wait. Not a sneak attack, is there?
We have another celebrity guest headline presented on Christmas Eve.
Oh, my goodness.
This is not from Josh in Heartland. He's working on the grand finale for later in the
Is it from Tausch's mom?
This is not from Tausch's mom. This is from Tausch's analytics firm, 565 Analytics.
565 Analytics singers?
This is Christmas. What has the pack done? We still have Joe Barry, and we cannot stop the run.
Nice.
And they make really bad quarterbacks look like superstars. At least they didn't listen to Jesse and trade for Derek Carr. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one with lots of Coors Light beer. So this is Christmas. It's been a long December. Let's teach Tausch how to make a post and not to start Bluebird. And so happy Christmas. Hill slings to Jaden Reed. Jordan Love and the offense. Beat the Panthers on Christmas Eve. A very Merry Christmas. Willie don't mind the critics. Twitter is not all bad. That's where we get 565 Analytics.
What a pleasant surprise that was.
Gosh.
Legendary.
The undertone and being able to, you have to really pay attention to the undertone
such a bad
music.
idea.
It's so good.
A three-bagger of headlines.
What a
today.
deal.
So Jesse,
Wow.
did you, out of curiosity, now that was a surprise. Tausch and I were not aware that the 565 Analytics singers had put together a headline. Did you have a role in that? Like, did they call in and sing?
No, that
like,
was
because the production quality was Jesse-esque.
That was
Really
all on
good.
the firm. That was all on the firm. They took care of that themselves. Must have done it at the company holiday party.
I was going to say,
that
do
Tausch
they have
didn't
like
attend.
a studio inside the office up there in Winnipeg?
I don't know what
/
Tausch has
Canton?
provided them. I have no idea what they've been provided by their fearless leader, but they got it done.
Yeah, they crushed it.
Yeah,
They
well done.
crushed it.
3 for 3 on headlines.
Kelly was
Wow.
great. You and Jesse were great. And Geriard and Klinkster were great as well.
Oh, my
I cannot
gosh.
work in such horrible conditions. That was great. That was our headlines presented by Fleet Farm. All right, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm a little irritated on this. Not going to lie. Because Tausch,
Shocking.
well, so here's the thing. There are very few people that I would say are better dudes than Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly has been a good friend to us. Certainly AmFam has been a fantastic partner. But you kind of sprung this news on us like we already knew it. And I had no idea. Hey, Feelgood Friday, Dan Kelly. I'm like, why? I mean, we like Dan.
Yeah.
He's retiring from AmFam.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Maybe be a better friend. You're putting that on me? You're mad at me about that?
Wow.
You're coming at me like I'm supposed to say that.
If you're here next year.
Well, Dan, if you're here next year, you're more than welcome to come back. Since you're not, we're doing Feelgood Friday today. I mean, is that where you wanted to go?
Celebrate your departure. No. Hey, did you guys hear Dan Kelly's retiring?
Yeah, I had no idea. I could probably share it better. I legit thought Dan Kelly had a headline he was going to be singing live. Is what I thought was happening.
To announce his retirement?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I won't be here next year, nor will Joe Barry. All right. So we are excited to welcome him in for our Feelgood Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. The soon-to-be, what is he, COO Emeritus? What is his title going to be? Like, we got to find all that out when he joins us to celebrate his retirement from AmFam, which means it's going to be even harder for me to get backstage passes to those concerts for the AmFam Championship. Our friend Dan Kelly joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie. Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Ho, 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 I need a window.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So where do I go? Ho,
Come on, Santa. Go to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months.
Pella now, pay later.
That's right, Santa. Plus, our elves install year-round and in as little as 1 day. Offer ends December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See show for details.
Every Thursday this football season, huddle up for the Great Dane Huddle, live from the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company.
It was awful. The defense didn't come to play. Special teams, the timing on the offense was off.
I mean, it's hard to win the National Football League.
It is. It is very hard.
All that being said, this entire season rides on one position and one name, and that's Jordan Love.
The Great Dane Huddle with Alex Strofe, Tarek Salam, and Derek Engler. Thursdays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Make a difference and donate blood today. Impact Life and Stoughton Health are bringing a blood drive for the community to the community. Friday, October 20th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Community Health and Wellness Center at Stoughton Health on County Highway B. Masks are optional and appointments are encouraged. To sign up, call 800-747-5401 or visit bloodcenter.org and use group code 3643. Donors get your choice of a gift card or bonus points to shop our online store. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Catch Disco Fever this New Year's Eve with Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and our Disco Eve celebration.
We have promotions going all day and night on Sunday, December 31st with plenty of ways to win.
Like our Pick a Prize promotion with 18 cash prize winners in the afternoon.
Plus a $24,000 grand prize awarded at 7 p.m.
And be here for our hot ticket drawings with 14 different $1,000 winners selected between 7:30 p.m. and just past midnight.
Get your New Year's Eve groove on at
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, Tito's Handmade Vodka is there on game day for every fan. Find cocktail recipes at titosvodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Barry, did you know that your run defense is worse than Carolina's? Barry, did you know that Jair would be fragile like fine china? Did you know that LaFleur and Goody?
It'll be in the greatest hits of 2023 headlines. Jesse, when's that airing again?
You couldn't fire up.
We'll have it several times throughout the holiday week. So on ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison, ESPN Beaver Dam, you'll be able to hear it several different times. We'll share information from our Twitter handle at Wilde and Tausch every time it's going to be airing. So you can follow along there to find the full schedule. We're probably going to get it 5 or 6 times over the holiday week.
All right. Well, it's one of the feel-good moments of 2023, but when it comes to Feelgood Friday, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints, this one, I feel good. These are awkward to me.
What,
aren't they awkward?
A retirement press conference?
What is awkward?
Retirements, because you're happy for the person, but from a selfish perspective, you're going to miss all the times that you have connectivity with them.
Dead. He can come on whenever he wants.
I understand. It's not like you retiring from football, which you have compared to a funeral. I was not going to go there, but you're the one who just said he's not dead.
Yeah, he's not. Look at he's right there. Look at him, handsome as ever. Handsome as ever.
Does he have a goatee?
I don't think so.
No,
I can't tell.
Not on purpose.
Kind of a gray goatee. Well, he's old. Are you old enough to retire, Dan Kelly?
When you're ready, you're ready. That's what it is, Jason.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You're going out on top.
Yeah.
You're a legend. There's no doubt about it. Well, congratulations.
So, Dan, how dare you not to make sure Wilde knew? Jason is, for as much as we're celebrating your
Let's
career.
Be clear. I'm not
Jason,
unhappy with Dan Kelly at all.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
mad at
unhappy
me.
with Dan at all.
You're mad at me.
You acted like this was public knowledge.
It is.
It is now.
No, it was before.
Hey, Dan Kelly, Feelgood Friday. Oh, what's Dan got going on? He's
been
retiring.
It's been out for a while, Jason. I just got to tell you,
Okay. Well, I'm not in the inner circle or the outer circle or any circle, apparently. Well, congratulations. You have been a great friend to our show. You have picked some great Steinhafels sleepers of the season. Some not as great.
Yeah, I did see that Tyrone Taylor, one of my former sleepers, was traded
Hey,
the other day. So, yeah.
Kind of appropriate given the week, huh?
Dan, who are you picking this? Who are you picking this week? Let's throw you a bone here. Let's see. Who do you got for this week's sleep?
Give us some content before you retire.
So, for the Packer game, I'm gonna go with Dontavian Wicks having a game.
That's a tough one. He just had a career-high game. Yeah, it's a good one, Dan.
Well,
he's a little ornery.
You did just throw it at him.
I had 3 seconds of prep. Thanks for that.
Listen, we gave you a lot more prep this time. I legit thought when Jesse sprung the third headline, I thought we were going to hear the dulcet tones of Dan Kelly singing something today. I legit thought
with Darius Rucker on background vocals.
REO Speedwagon jamming, where Jason didn't get to go backstage.
Yeah, REO, Time for Me to Fly would have been a good one given our conversation, huh?
You can come back next Friday. We'll be happy to take you.
I'm not sure if my voice would qualify as sultry, though. Apparently, that was
neither
part
does
of
Tausch's.
That's fair.
I thought it was good. I thought the 565 group, though, if I was voting, I think they were first.
They crushed it. Yeah, they crushed it. No question.
High praise.
Yeah. The background piece of it, Go Pack Go, in the soft background, I like that.
It was
they
well
definitely
done.
brought the goods, for sure.
Well, you've brought the goods for a really long time, and now you're abandoning us. So we're happy for you as you depart. But what's next for Dan Kelly? Are you interested in maybe, I don't know, working 3 hours a week on the one day that Tausch takes off basically every week of the offseason?
Well, GKB, Good Karma, yeah, that'd be a great place to spend 3 hours a week, I think. I don't know about 15 hours a week like you guys
That's
do.
a grind, yeah.
I could use some help back here.
Jesse, we weren't looking to get you more assistance in the back end. We were looking for co-hosting opportunities. Seriously, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Well, why am I doing it? Well, and I've been at AmFam for 36 years. That's wow. That's getting up there.
Dan, I think Jason thinks you're like 40. I legit think he thinks you're like just getting out of college. How old do you think he is, Jason? How
I
old
think
do you
Dan
think
is 57 years old.
So he tried to do some quick math there, I think.
No, I didn't. That would have been what I would have guessed.
Yeah.
But did you start at AmFam when you were 21?
I did not.
Because then I'd be close.
I did not. I've passed the 60 barrier here, Jason. So
wow. Yeah. You don't look a day over 57.
Well, I guess that's good. Since I'm older than that, so yeah, I'll take that.
Also, what's your annual income and the last four of your Social Security number? Well, we're excited for you. Do you want to stick around even more since we kind of botched the clock? I know that comes as a surprise to you, but we could go double Feelgood Friday.
Before we get to the Feelgood Friday, we'll hit Feelgood Friday. Obviously, great news. I think it was yesterday with the Steve Stricker Foundation, the AmFam Championship, which we've been fortunate to be a part of in a small way, and how much impact that's been. We'll hit on that. But, Dan, we got to get your Packer vibes. We have not gotten since Dream Drive, opening the season. Has
you
this
weren't
season
there.
no, I was there. I just wasn't there physically, but I was on the air. I wasn't taking a day. What has this season been kind of what you thought it was going to be, or how would you – it has been an absolute roller coaster for me. How about for you?
Well, it started off with a peak when I got the ribbon on the first snip this time around. So I figured, I mean, if I'm going to leave AmFam after
you were
that,
outstanding.
So I'm going on top.
Yes, you nailed it.
Right. How can I improve on that? So, record-wise, 6-8, 6-8. That's about where I thought they would be. Disappointing the last few weeks, though, after they appeared to be turning the corner. I was of the mindset that many folks were, that they could have a strong end of the season, win those last 5 games, I think it was, and really just kind of had some regressed in a bad way on the defensive side of the ball. So that was disappointing. And I'm interested to see how they play these last 3 on the defensive side. I'm not convinced they're going to bounce back just based on the last 2 weeks.
But Carolina's so bad.
Well, yeah, this week,
But I said that last week, too. Yeah, it's defensively they have to.
They may bounce back this week, but, the other 2 games, you'll say the Bears are bad. They are. But, we're not stopping people right now on either running or passing.
As someone who has listened to this show religiously when you're not running a company, would you say that Tausch has swung with the pendulum of this season more so than you would have expected from a 11-year NFL veteran who knows how it's a week-to-week league?
He definitely got excited a few weeks back. I would say that.
Yeah, we were all.
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't. I never said
there.
it. I never said it. You're telling me y'all didn't think we were a definite playoff team after that Chiefs game? If you are trying to lie to me about that, blah.
I thought that we would be then too, especially with the remaining schedule in front of the team. So I was on the bandwagon at that point too, and it's like I said, the last couple of weeks have been setbacks for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is it okay that we keep Dan Kelly now and talk about the AmFam Championship, Tausch? Is that okay now? Am I good?
Dan can stay as long as he wants. Yeah, no, we wanted Dan to
I
talk
got some
the
available
great
time.
the Feelgood Friday
We're not
part.
retired
Yeah.
yet. More with Dan Kelly, which will include a discussion of the AmFam Championship, which is, at least for me, how I got to know Dan to begin with, follows next as part of Feelgood Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here, wishing you a happy holiday season from the great team at Hallman Lindsay Paints. Stick around for Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, heading into the holiday weekend, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. If finishing or starting a new paint project is one of your resolutions for the new year, then I recommend you do what my family did and trust the pro painters at Hallman Lindsay. All you need to do, stop into any of Hallman Lindsay's Madison area locations, ask to get in touch with a pro painter, and the experienced team will work with you to find the perfect pro for what your project calls for. After all, Wisconsin's best painters use Wisconsin's best paint. And don't forget, there's only one paint in Wisconsin made for Wisconsin's weather, and that's Hallman Lindsay Paint. Happy holidays from Hallman Lindsay. Great paint, great people. And stay tuned to enjoy Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you at greatdanepub.com. Wisconsin safety Hunter Wohler announced Thursday that he will be returning for his senior season in 2024. The former Wisconsin Gatorade Football Player of the Year at Muskego High School has been a standout in the defensive backfield for the Badgers in his 3 years. In 2023, Wohler led the way for the Wisconsin defense with 113 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 1 sack. Wohler was also a third-team All-Big Ten football team selection by the Big Ten coaches and will play in the ReliaQuest Bowl on New Year's Day.
Unwrap your gift now, but pay later. Right now at Pella, put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin sports. Catch up on anything you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. Brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, shop local, part of the Madison community since 1973.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wietrich family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
The college football playoff semifinals. First at the Rose Bowl game.
No matter what the external circumstances are, it's not going to change what we came here to do.
Number 1 Michigan faces number 4 Alabama.
Let all naysayers know.
Then at the All-State Sugar Bowl.
Washington undefeated.
Second-ranked Washington faces number 3 Texas.
Texas is back. Is not a punchline.
The college football playoff semifinals. Coverage begins New Year's Day at 5 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Tired of power outages disrupting your life? Make them a thing of the past by getting a Generac home standby generator from Adams Generators. Adams Generators is the largest and #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. With 24/7 emergency support, our factory-trained technicians are standing by to assist you. Visit adamspower.com/generators to make sure your power always stays on. That's adamspower.com/generators.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay.
So this is Christmas. What has the pack done? still have Joe Barry. And we cannot stop the run.
Wrapping up the week and the day with Feelgood Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints, as we celebrate the impending retirement.
Does Dan have his headline ready now? Is he ready to sing?
I am not ready to
Not
sing.
enough time. Not enough time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Tausch, you said there's more news about the most recent
Yeah,
AmFam
there's
championship.
a big press conference, and I think we have a lot of fun on this show, and I think we get to do a lot of cool stuff. But we always love we say it, AmFam Championship. We're out there. It's always fun to get to golf and get to do all the stuff that is around that event. And with what Steve has done, and obviously with the help of his great partner, American Family Insurance, our great partner. And Dan, I would bet, you've worked there 36 years, I would bet some of the most meaningful stuff. You see it with Steve. He always chokes up, gets emotional about what that means to him. And that day this week, I think it was Wednesday, when you announced again how much money you raised for local charities in the state of Wisconsin, it's got to be the thing that probably you're most happy with in your time at AmFam.
Yeah, the American Family community impact items are really important, and the golf tournament is a culmination of it's a huge community item. There's a ton of sponsors, local sponsors, national sponsors, volunteers. There's over 900 volunteers that participate in the event. It really is a bringing together of the community. And then this past Wednesday, a couple days ago, as you mentioned, that was the big reveal day when we publicly announced the amount that was raised, and we have the recipients of the awards. They're invited out there. This year there was 147 different grants that were made to various organizations, community organizations. The total dollar amount was $2.4 million.
Woo!
Yeah, it was great. It is a feel-good day. It was a Wednesday, but it was a feel-good Wednesday, Tausch, for that one.
Were you trying to get him to go out crying? Was that what you were trying to do there?
I wanted to I wanted to Wilde it a little bit.
That's what you were trying for there. You were trying to do my thing.
That's a big blanket deal,
but that's
man.
my thing.
Well, finish it off. Let's go.
It's too late now. You're just not going to cry now. Dan, we love you, buddy. We appreciate everything you've done for us. It's been great to have you as kind of the point man of our great partnership with AmFam. And we are going to miss you. We're excited to find out what comes next. And you're on the schedule for December 31st for the next replacement appearance on Wilde and Tausch. All right.
Thanks for having me, guys. And you guys are great partners for the tournament as well. So really enjoy the ESPN crew. So
I hope they still invite us back even when you're not there.
All right.
That's it for us.
All right.
That is our Feel Good Friday. We're happy for Dan. Thanks for coming along for the ride for us. Have a happy holiday. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available